Hello, all you bunnies out there in Dreamland. Ooh. Oh wait, we said I won't. Oh, hold on. I got a loop. I gotta turn the volume down over here. All right. It wouldn't be Monday night if it didn't take me a few extra seconds to fix the sound on everything, right? That's how we like to get started. That's how we like to have our fun. Oh, I haven't transitioned the screen. You can't see me. Now you can see all of us. Yay! Look at us. Look how great we are. If this is disorienting, let me know. I'm looking at this camera now. The camera is usually over there, but now over here is my players, and over here. No, wait.
So last time on Gehenna Valley.
Yeah, I put the camera and the players over here. Okay. But normally my notes are over here, and the camera and my notes are over here. And I did it. I don't remember why I did it, but it made a lot of sense when I did it. So if you don't like it, I'll put it back for next time. I don't know. If maybe you got used to me looking at certain times. Maybe I got used to me looking at certain times. Hey, by the way, we're playing Monsterhearts 2. This is a Monsterhearts 2 live stream. It's going to be super spooky tonight, apparently, because I don't know how to talk. Let's see here. Where is the talking? The talking buttons. Oh, thank you, good friend Golem, for letting everyone know that at one point in the last 2 weeks, our rating changed from PG-13 to R.
That was probably
the producer swept in and just clarified for us, and
it's probably a channel-wide thing.
Oh, you think it was a channel thing? I don't know.
Well, I don't know, because this is just a content warning,
yeah.
I want to believe it's specifically for us.
I honestly think it might be because of us. I think it might be because of us.
I'm going to take credit for that.
I will take credit for that. Corey's actions.
Oh, why is that last time screen up? That's weird. Anyway, y'all were looking at the end of the last time notes this whole time. Spoilers for last time. Oh, I burped. Anyway, is that, people are laughing at me.
So
I don't know which
Brian.
camera's which. I did get a circle light,
because
though.
I love you, okay?
Our MC is a real person.
It's true.
Real sounds.
What?
Yes, the only not real person here is Rob, who is a vampire.
Rob, did you put the book in the background aesthetically so people could see the book over your shoulder?
I mean, maybe.
Did I cut it off in the OBS, or does it? Yeah, they
no,
can
you
sort
cut it
of see it in the OBS. It's a little. Can you move the book yeah? There you go. Now they'll be able to see it. Now we can.
There you go.
Rob, what shirt are you wearing? It's such a lovely color.
Oh yeah.
It looks like Ashley might be wearing a maxi.
No, I'm not.
No?
I'm wearing a step-on Sedite shirt.
Oh,
But you could get both of them in the Gehenna Valley store.
Yes.
You can get both of
Okay.
them in the Gehenna Valley store. It's amazing.
It's true.
Gehenna
It's
Gaming.
actually Gehenna Gaming store, but
All the merch.
We'll
Get
No,
pretend
no,
the
no,
that
no,
it's
no,
all
no,
for
no.
us.
It's the Gehenna Valley store. It also contains Gehenna Gaming stuff, but we know where the money is. The money's
Eventually we'll
Monday
take our
night.
schedule with our
We'll take credit for that,
spin-offs
too.
and-
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very much looking forward to Crina and Wolfe take Miami for the spin-offs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
God.
wow.
Wolf goes to the Olympics.
Wolf goes to the Olympics. Why do I feel like that's a cartoon and like Scooby-Doo is like his partner on the American Olympic team?
Probably. God.
Sponsored, not sponsored. Hanna-Barbera, now owned by whoever owns Cartoon Network. I don't remember.
So Brian, last time on Gehenna Valley.
Oh, should we talk about the actual game? Absolutely. Let's talk about the actual game. Last time on Gehenna Valley. I clicked the wrong screen. There we go. I probably did that last time too, but anyway, Corey and Crina have sex on the 3rd floor. That's like every other time on Gehenna Valley at this point. I mean, come on now. It shouldn't even trigger your sex move at this point. We should lower it. Wolfe invites Donovan to the 3rd floor. Wolfe intentionally does. I don't like that sentence. So this is what happened. I'm going to ignore my notes for a second, okay? Corey and Crina went up to the 3rd floor to have sex. Wolfe, not knowing that they did this, also invites Donovan up to the 3rd floor because he's had sex up there at least once as well. And he's like, oh, that's where you go to have sex. Now, Wolfe goes up to the 3rd floor and he hears Corey and Crina in a room making noises. Wolfe, of course, is a precious cinnamon roll and intentionally does not look in the room. So Wolfe does not see that it's Corey and Crina. However, Crina looks up and goes, oh, it's Wolfe, and says to Corey, hey, Wolfe, should we have a threesome? And Corey's like, nah, I'm not into that. So they don't. Then Wolfe goes to wait in an empty classroom. Donovan, however, does not go to the 3rd floor. Donovan goes to the nurse. Back to my notes. Bridget attempts to read Wolfe's thoughts, but gets intercepted and blocked out by Castile. Bridget gets a headache, and Chase takes her to the nurse. She also got a bloody nose. Let me just be clear there.
And to be clear here, Chase took off his shirt and carried her bridal style. Very important.
Well, yeah, it's huge. That was implied. That was implied. Wolfe goes to the nurse too. He complained about a backache or something.
Chase tackled him the night before, so he was all sore from that.
You didn't tell a teacher that. Anyway, Donovan is not turned on by a bloody nose. That's the moral of that line, okay? These notes are awful. These are awful notes. I did, and they suck. Donovan goes
with 5 minutes before we went live.
No, these notes, this part, I wrote during the rewatch, but that where I couldn't hear the other people in there, and halfway through it, everyone had to go, and so I canceled it. These were the notes that are usually good because everyone's giving me commentary, but it just didn't work out that day. Nothing on you, fans out there. I know you all would have been there if you could have. Mainly, I blame Rob. Anyway, Donovan goes with Wolfe to the bathroom to assist with applying a hot pack. Wolfe hits on Donovan, but is denied. They discuss what Wolfe knows about Bridget a little bit. Bridget tells Wolfe that he will deliver Donovan to her. She essentially was telling Wolfe that he had to, That's a weird sentence. Again, I hate all these notes. I'm going to keep going. The screens are going to look a little funny, and then I'll fix them. And Bridget lets Wolfe know that she saw Donovan conspire with Crina in a vision, which is totally a normal thing to tell someone. Tabitha tells Bridget that Marissa is mad at her. Bridget meets Marissa on the 3rd floor at lunch. Marissa tells Bridget that she doesn't like the way she's being treated. Somehow Bridget doesn't kill her. It was really muddled, and it ended super awkwardly. Corey meets the librarian, who helps him look up some more history of how the name Castile... Who wrote these notes?
How was the name Castile?
Right, that's not a sentence.
That's not a sentence.
Corey was like, hey, do you know anything about Castile? And the librarian was like, yeah, in Spain. And Corey's like, no, everything but the Spain part. And they found out that the family is probably from Greece. Donovan tells Wolfe that there are old god powers around Bridget. Wolfe says that Bridget thinks she's in control. Donovan wants the gang to stop going after him. Wolfe doesn't really promise to do anything about that. He's kind of wishy-washy about the whole thing. Wolfe tries to get Donovan to sleep with him again, and Donovan throws an ice pack at Wolfe in response. So yeah, it didn't happen. Crina is a great friend, according to herself, who is going to help Corey with Castile. She insists that she does not lie to Corey. I
have never told him an untruth.
No, that's what she says. And then she takes Corey to the Fey realm, because that's what you do when you're a great friend, and definitely not boyfriend-girlfriend. No. Caleb was spying on Corey and Crina, however, and saw that go down. Ooh. Donovan feeds on Rachel at lunch, and she freaking loves it. Nice, quick editing. Wolfe is going on a friend date with Dixie to the comic book store on Friday at the comic book store. Oh my, these are the worst notes I've ever written in my life. Tabitha explains to Wolfe that Bridget is not monogamous. And then I usually have a reminder at the end, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, we didn't have much.
Nobody has like a level up they need to do or anything, right?
No, we're in
I
the
might level up
stasis.
today.
We're in stasis. We'll
Stephanie,
see how today
Crina?
goes.
I leveled up, but like I knew what I was taking, and then immediately used that move.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So we did that. Like, there's nothing like dangling.
Nope.
There's
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I already put it on the
No
sheet and
dangle.
everything.
There's no dangle. There's no dangle. I don't like that.
No
I
dunk.
don't like that.
Mm.
Oh.
I appreciate your mood tonight, Brian. I'm very excited.
Yeah?
It's gonna be a good
Yeah, I'm
night.
excited to see where this
It's
goes.
gonna be a good night.
Spicy
You know what's
today.
funny? You want to know what's funny? I don't have any water, but I also don't have any adult beverage. This is pure.
Is it Mountain Dew? Baja Blast.
It is. Sponsored, not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Oh
Oh,
god.
now I want Taco Bell.
Oh, wait, no, that's not what the phrase is. It's not sponsored, not sponsors. It's,
Sorry, not sorry.
Not sponsored, but we
but could be.
We
That's
could
right.
be.
I
Oh,
would. Taco Bell, listen.
Yeah, Taco Bell.
I'm down with this, okay? You find me on the internet. I'm pretty easy to find. I'm very Googleable. I will change the be right back to just like me munching on a taco. It'll be great.
They will go to Taco Bell at least twice a month in the game.
No, I can't promise that. No, we can't change
I will
the
promise
game.
that. Corey will make them go to Taco Bell. He'll buy one.
Wow.
He'll
All
franchise.
right.
I think that's on
I
Wolf's
guess it's a
diet.
bad time to mention I don't like Mexican food, even Taco Bell.
It's all right.
Mexican food.
I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this hit for the team.
Oh, thank god.
Yep.
You can have my share.
I want the cheese quesadillas, Brian.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, let's see. Let me check OBS. I probably still have to readjust. No, we fell right back into place. I love it.
Mostly good, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. We
Have a
understand that
bad
you
luck.
may have a
this week.
listen. It's okay. Sometimes you have a La Sombra visit and your
Yep.
tech goes a little awry.
Wait, Rob, are you Broken Golems in the chat on the thing?
No.
No, Broken Golem is someone else.
Yeah, they're a moderator.
He's a mod.
He's
for-
our mod.
Oh, so you're just
He's our mod extraordinaire.
they're just Broken is just apologizing on behalf of us. I thought
Yes.
I got confused. You don't have to
thank
do
you.
that. You don't have to. Broken, you're good. You're good.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Look, Broken's apologizing for you. It's anyway.
Must be something like
Should
really
we,
upstream, 'cause all our lines are underground.
All your lines are underground.
Yeah, we're
Like fey
connected to like
lines?
substation and everything.
I'm telling you, there's a La Sombra over.
Yes, ley
This is what
lines.
happens. This is what happens when you host a La Sombra at your host. House.
or-
Host a La Sombra as your host.
Anyway.
Listen,
Yeah, what are you talking about? Do we even have a regular Vampire the Masquerade game on this channel? I don't think we do.
Nope.
No.
I don't think we do.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Coming soon to Gehenna Gaming. Sponsored, not sponsored, but could be. Anyway.
We should go down to New Haven.
No. I'm.
Okay.
We're gonna play
Game.
this game
We
now.
are so bad
Should
at
we
playing
perhaps
games.
do some
What?
check-ins on character
Let's
sheets?
do a character check-in. Yes, absolutely. That's the wrong screen. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Corey. I'm glad you're having fun. Corey, I want to talk to Corey. Where are you? There you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I'm
Listen, did you know that according to my sheet, you are unsympathetic, conflicted, and is this how friend works?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I see that you've got 2 strings on Wolfe, 1 string on a bunch of people, 0 harm, 3 XPs towards your 2nd level, and you're not your darkest self. Does that sound right to you?
This all seems correct.
Cool. And I think the last thing you did was go to the Fey Realm. Does that
This
sound
is
right?
correct. Yes, I was led by the hand by my not girlfriend, Crina, into the Feywild.
Nice. I like it. Now, speaking of your not girlfriend, Crina, I have no conditions for you. How can that be true? Is that true? You got no conditions?
It's true. It's because you let me take Dominion off the last time I had sex.
Oh, all right, I must be nice. And you've also got 2 strings on Donovan, Marissa, and Rachel, and a smattering elsewhere. Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
All right, we got 0 harm, 1 XP towards your 3rd level. Oh, okay. You were looking like kind of like smug and proud of yourself right now. You know that?
Because I am.
Oh, ew. And I believe you are also in the Fey realm. How's that
Yes.
sound?
I
Yes,
took my
great.
not boyfriend by the hand and pulled him across with me.
That's right. Like you do. Like sometimes you just gotta hold a platonic associate's hand and bring them to meet your family. Donovan,
Friends with benefits.
Donovan,
Yeah,
you are
it's definitely not platonic.
That's right. That's platonic is not the right words. Ooh, weird. Camera. Donovan, you are a bad friend. You are also judgy. Okay, it says it right there. Yep. You have 6 strings on Corey, 3 on Marissa, 3 on Wolfe, 3 on Rachel, 3 on Mauricio, 2 on Crina, and a handful of 1s. What? You don't like the game mechanics? You don't feel like spending strings? What's going on there? No, it's not going to answer. That's cool. That's fine. You're
Rob, you're
muted, so you're still not answering.
You're muted. Okay, there you go.
Teasing here and there. Sorry, it muted me because it was disconnecting.
It's cool. But you're not going to comment on the thing. You're good. You just want
I just use them here and there, judiciously, because I'm judgy.
All right, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. You got 0 harm, 2 XPs towards your 2nd level up. You're not your darkest self, and you play support, man. I like it. And the last time we saw you, you were coming back in at the end of lunch. I believe that's where we last saw you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feeling refreshed. Good.
Yeah.
Nice glow.
Nice. Okay. Wolfe, you are one of them. You're also whipped. You've got 5 strings on Bridget, 1 on Crina, 1 on Donovan. You've got 4 XP towards your 2nd level up. You're not your darkest self. You have 0 harm, and your true love is Bridget.
For now.
For now.
Ooh.
We always have to say
saying
that. Well, we always have to. Who knows what'll happen?
Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Now that
No.
Bridget is just the same as she
Tragic
was like the
accident.
last
Could be
3
fall.
episodes, it could be completely different. Though we do have a trip to the comic book store coming up in 7 weeks at our rate.
Yeah. Next year.
Next year at some point. Bridget, you're mean.
Still, the
Still.
longest lasting
Always.
character, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, why take it away at this point?
I think that's just like part of your character.
It's just you. It's just. I mean, when you look at that picture, it just screams me. It really doesn't. You just look like a sweetheart. You got 4 strings on Wolfe. You got 1 on a bunch of people. You got 0 harm. You've got 1 XP towards your 2nd level, and you are your darkest self,
I am.
which is pretty exciting. I'm excited. If you're not excited, I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited.
Yeah, it's so super, super exciting. And the last thing that happened to Bridget, well, we didn't say the last thing that happened to Wolfe. Wolfe went to lunch, was at lunch, for very lunchness. Bridget spent the first half of lunch not hurting Marissa. And then you eventually went down to lunch. But I think we said lunch is over. Is that what we said? We didn't have anything else to... No.
I think we were like mid-lunch.
I think
Oh.
we were
Bridget.
midway
Yeah.
through lunch.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was halfway
Okay,
through lunch.
because Bridget still had things that she wanted to do at lunch.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So let's
My
go
last
to...
note says then enter Bridget! Exclamation point.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh. That is exciting. So let's go to lunch. Now, if I remember correctly, we ended lunch with Tabitha sitting Wolfe down at the regular Bridget table and calmly explaining to Wolfe that Bridget does in fact have sex with people, and then offering to have sex with Wolfe to make him feel better. So that is where we enter. Bridget, you come in. You've got Marissa, Bex, and Chase in tow, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's pretty gangy. It's pretty gangy. And you survey your domain.
And I'm wearing Wolf Letterman jacket.
That's right. That's right. And neither Corey nor Crina nor Donovan is there because Donovan delayed his entrance to make sure he didn't have to enter with Rachel, because Rachel's a little clingy. So this is you. You survey your domain. You see the missing people. What do?
Wolf is at my table.
Wolfe is at your table, speaking very intimately with Tabitha.
I'm gonna go sit with Wolfe.
I would never forget Dixie. Dixie's there. I was talking about the people who weren't there.
Dixie's over at the D&D table.
Yeah, she's
Nerd.
talking
That
about her
wasn't for
nerd
you.
friends.
That wasn't for you.
I thought it was for me.
No, it was for Digit Cat Stories. You said that Wolf was hitting on Donovan, and I said, but don't forget Dixie. He's also hitting on Dixie.
That's true.
He's
Wolf
just
hits on
being
a
friendly.
lot of
He's
people.
just being friendly with
Wolf
her.
is
You can have a friendly
Wolf is
conversation with
asleep.
someone that's not hitting on them.
Okay, so I am sorry. I derailed us that time. Every other time it wasn't me, but that time I derailed us. So Bridget, you're gonna go over to Wolf. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Go right ahead. You use your talky words with the RPing.
I'm gonna slide up in the seat next to him and kind of run my fingers through my hair and maybe tug a little bit.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, hey, Bridget.
so why aren't you talking to Donovan right now? Where did he go?
Oh, I did talk to him.
Did you
I don't know where he is now.
have you brought him in yet?
And he kind of like this whole time he's very like nervous. He's not really looking at Bridget. He's kind of very noticeably not making eye contact with her.
Hey,
And then he looks up. Once he's called out like that, he can't not look. So he looks up and says, "Well, I mean, I don't really know what that means, but look, Bridget, I tried."
I have to do everything myself. Does Wolf have a lunch?
Yeah, I imagine he has his classic, like, his dad, packs him whatever, some super healthy, like, lame lunch.
Is there like an apple in there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Bridget's gonna grab the apple and just turn and walk out.
The classic apple.
And I guess Chase, who was like just about to sit down, as ever like all the other people sit at the table, is gonna like stand back up and be like, "Hey, Bridge, you should we keep
I have to
following?"
do everything myself.
Okay, you got this. Solo one, we believe in you.
And I'm gonna go try to find Donovan. I don't know
Great.
if I'll succeed
And
yet.
I think as, like, Bridget is walking out angrily, like, you just hear this very quiet, like, "Sorry, Bridget." Like, it's very pathetic and sad. And Bridget probably don't even hear, but the people around him probably are like, "Oh, this poor man."
Well, the people around you are all part of your cult at the moment. You are just
Exactly.
surrounded
They're just
by
probably,
cultists.
Just pity him. Be like, "Damn, you can't do anything right, boy."
So now that Bridget has stormed out, the rest of the gang is sitting all around you, Wolf, and Tabitha sort of like crawls into Chase's lap. Not like crawls, that's weird, but like sits in Chase's lap. Scooches into Chase's lap, and she being the good girlfriend that she is, knowing that he had something to do, she got his lunch, so his lunch is already at the table, and she's just like completely done with you now, Wolf, because you got in trouble and there are other people here, and she's gonna like start like passing items to Chase so he can eat them while she sits in his lap. And Marissa will sort of like slide over and take Bridget's seat, so she's sitting next to you, Wolf, and she'll be like, "So, you fucked up, huh?"
I think Wolf looks very just like defeated. He's kind of like leaning on one like elbow on the table, like he's got his head in his hand. He's kind of like pushing around his food but not really eating any of it. And when he replies to her, he doesn't even really look up. He just says, "I guess. I mean, I tried, but I don't know. I don't know what I was supposed to do."
Yeah, it hurts a little, feeling a little down.
I don't really get what's going on. I was just trying to do this for Bridget, but he kind of just lets that sentence trail off.
Yeah, and she'll put her arm around you and lay it on your shoulder and be like, "You want to go talk about it?"
I mean, what's there to talk about? I fucked it up.
Well, can make it feel better.
He kind of sighs and he just says, if it's the same way that Tabitha wants to make it feel better, then I think I'm all set.
And Tabitha will like turn around because she heard her name, and she's like, "What? What's happening?" And Marissa's just like, "Did you make him feel better?" And Tabitha goes, "No, he didn't want it." Marissa's like, "Oh, that's boring," and we'll turn. She'll turn to Bex instead and be like, "Do you want to feel better?" And Bex is like, "I do, but I gotta eat lunch, swim tryouts. You know, I already skipped half of this." And Marissa's just gonna look disappointed. Wolfe, is there anything else you want to accomplish at lunch?
No, I think just in response to her disappointment, he just, offers her another apology and
I'm sorry, I don't want to have sex with you.
and I guess the rest of lunch, he kind of, unless someone talks to him, he's just gonna slowly eat his lunch. He's not super enthusiastic about it, but as Beck said, swim tryouts today.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna kind of stew over everything. There's a lot to think about when it comes to Bridget.
So Bridget, and I'll get back to you, Donovan, in a second. I haven't forgotten about you. Bridget, you go wandering through the halls looking for Donovan, and you're not really seeing anybody in the halls. You know, it's a small school. Everybody has lunch at the same time, and the only person you sort of stumble across is you see Caleb on his phone leaning against some lockers, but it seems like the hallway's empty otherwise.
Hey, Caleb.
Oh, Caleb looks up from so. Oh, sup?
I take a bite of my apple. I'm chewing. Have you seen Donovan anywhere?
Donovan? No. No, I haven't seen Donovan.
Have you seen Crina anywhere?
Yeah, I did. I saw Crina. She was hanging out, and then I don't know. She went that way. I think she was leaving.
Like leaving school?
Yeah. I saw her in Corey, and I don't know if you've heard, but they're like a thing now. People keep seeing them go up to the third floor. So I don't know. Maybe they wanted a bed this time.
Oh. That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird, but it also makes a lot of sense. Because Corey is a lot, but Crina is always happy. So if you're the type of person that is always gonna punch something, it ought to be something soft. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Take the impact. You know? Oh no, that got weird. I didn't mean it like that. He's not talking.
Well, have a nice day. Thanks for the information, Caleb.
Yeah. You I don't know. Go do what cheerleaders do when they don't eat because they're trying to look thin.
I hold up the apple I'm actively eating.
Because that's not lunch.
And I go and keep looking for Donovan.
Okay,
Maybe
great.
he's out with the smokers or something.
Yeah, go look around. So now while Bridge is looking for Donovan, you've spent enough time not being with Rachel that I think it's appropriate that you re-enter the lunchroom. What do you think?
Yeah, Donovan had retreated to hide at the bathroom, so that works for me.
Great.
So waiting a bit, probably close to the end of the lunch. Not
Yeah.
because he's already eaten. So.
And you see a relatively normal lunchroom, of course. Bridget's court is all together, but oddly enough, it's everyone but Bridget. And the only other people who seem to be missing are Corey and Crina and the smokers.
All right. I guess Donovan would take his own table and go on his phone.
Great. You're just gonna sit at an empty table. Love it.
Yeah.
I will say, as Donovan enters, I think Wolfe like looks up to like look at him, but like he doesn't do anything. He just like makes eye contact with him and then goes back to what he was doing before.
Oh, awesome. So you look up, which is going to cause the other people at your table to like look up.
Whoops.
Maybe not Tabitha and Chase because they're pretty distracted right now. And Mercer will be like, "Oh, hey, look, it's your boy. Why don't you go fix things?"
I don't think that's gonna work.
No, you don't. You just want to keep disappointing people. That's your plan?
No, that's not it. I just, Donovan's pretty stubborn.
And Marissa will be like, "All right, whatever. Bex, you fix it. I'll text Queen Bee." It's funny because Bridget's name starts with B. Everyone gets it, right?
Thanks.
And just as you're about to reach the doors to outside, and there's like 5 minutes left in lunch, Bridget, you get a text from Marissa, and it just says, "Donovan's here."
I'm going to head back toward the cafeteria, but I'm going to wait to try and catch him as the bell rings and he's walking.
Oh, yeah. So a little spider. Yeah, I like it. So Bex is going to go over to you, Donovan. And he's gonna sit down and be like, "Oh, hey, Donovan. People were looking for you. Like, are you all right? Did you get sick?"
Yeah, I was at the nurse with Bridget.
Oh, yeah, but I think Bridget was concerned. I mean, maybe probably because she saw you with the nurse, but then you weren't at lunch.
I was here briefly.
Oh, I missed that. I was late. Chase and I were trying to figure something out.
Right.
So,
Yep.
everything's okay then?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Super stoked about swim tryouts this afternoon. I think, and he kind of like leans in a little bit, I think I got Wolfe this year. I think he's finally slipping.
Would that make Bridget happy, though?
Yeah. And he's definitely like all of a sudden filled with doubt. And he goes, "Well,
They.
thank you. Yes.
I would check on that, just to be sure.
And Bex, completely shameless, will pull out their phone and immediately text Bridget. So now, Bridget, it's like 2 minutes to the end of lunch, and you get a text. Oh, yep, go ahead.
I'd like to use that opportunity to
Please.
scoot away.
You're
Because
gonna
I'm trying to
leave?
avoid that.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
where are you going? Just to another table, or what are you doing?
Probably gonna head to art.
Great, absolutely. You're just going to head to your next class. So, as you're getting into place, Bridget, Donovan is exiting the lunchroom.
I want to grab him and shove him up against the trophy case.
Donovan, do you want to resist being shoved up against the trophy case?
Yes, I would try to avoid.
Okay, do a volatile roll off. There won't be any like serious repercussions. It's just to see
Okay.
how we are starting the scene.
I got an 8.
8.
It's 1. Yeah, I get a 1 effectively.
Great. So you are at least momentarily pinned. You can certainly try to get out of it, but if you try to get out of it, then you might have to get physical and have consequences. But at least, Bridget, you're going to get the first dramatic lines out of your mouth. What are they?
You've been playing hard to get, Donovan.
Why does everyone throw me against lockers? What is this? Is there some diabolical plan for this?
It seems like everyone wants you.
Why?
And you see, the thing that everyone wants is what I deserve.
Is that really you talking, Bridget, or someone else?
Who else would it be?
Whatever is really fueling you.
What are you talking about?
How much do you know of your past and your origin? We seem to have a few moments.
Why don't we go up to the 3rd floor and talk about it?
Oh no. We should go to art. I am worried about you though, Bridget, and I've told Bex to make sure to check in with you about the whole swim team thing. I'm not trying to get in the way here, but since you seem so upset at practice, I want to make sure you're actually okay.
What are you looking for, Donovan?
Your phone buzzes.
I ignore it.
Great.
I'm not looking for anything except maybe making sure you're okay with whatever strange things might be going on.
The prettiest
If you're okay with it.
and most popular people at the school are throwing themselves at you. And no one seems good enough. I'm the best there is here. It's not going to get any better for you, Donovan.
I want to make sure you really know what's going on. Until then, no thank you.
Bell rings.
I'm not getting out of the way. I'm going to make him do something to do it.
We should go to art, and Donovan's eyes will widen, and I will try to hypnotize.
Woo!
And I don't have any strings left.
Ah, because you spent it on hunger.
To make you hungry.
All right. 7 and 3 is 10. Plus 1 is 11.
Okay.
6 and 3. 6 and 3. And 1 is 10. There we go. Sorry. Sorry, now I don't have my stuff because my...
It's all right.
It's a 10, it just works, I think.
Yeah, I have it here. So, hypnotic. On a 10 up, they do exactly what you wish and have no idea that anything is wrong. So
okay,
I guess
yeah, just going to art.
Bridget's going to art. It's going to be so awesome.
Have art next?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have art together with Bex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was intentional. It's amazing, isn't it? It's crazy. So, yeah, you're going to go to art, but we're going to put a pin in that. We're going to pin a pin in art. I'm actually looking at my afternoon classes notes here, and I see Donovan, Bridget, Corey, Crina. Oh, that's everybody. But then I don't need this note anymore.
Wolfe?
Yeah, I didn't say Wolfe, but Wolfe was my last point. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But I gotta clean this up. If Marissa's not in art, then we're gonna just stick Marissa in English class real quick, and then I don't have to worry about that other note. This is how you MC Monsterhearts. You do your note-taking out loud so everyone can hear you between scenes. It's official. It's in the book. It's not.
Oh, man. I just realized some... Oh, no, never mind. I didn't have a string. Never
So,
mind.
you know what I want to do now? Do you know what I want to do now?
You don't have a string, right? Sorry. Just to make sure. It wouldn't work if you had one.
Yeah, no, I wished I had, because I wanted to take one from your roll, but I couldn't.
Next time. I'm sorry. But you know what I want to do now?
Hey, Wild?
I want to go to the Fae realm. Want to go to the Fae realm. So, whoosh.
Someone clip that, please.
The whoosh? Yeah, that's
no,
useful.
The song and dance.
That's
I like
fair,
the
too.
whoosh. How about both?
Can we get both?
Yeah, I include the whoosh at the end.
Yeah, do our work for us. And Stephanie, will you describe the Fae realm for us?
Gladly. I've been thinking about it all week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Oh, good.
Paint me a picture.
So I see the Fae world as being, or the Fae realm being very woodsy. Like there's and lots of like flowers and plant growth. There are cities, but they're like outside and they're smaller than human cities. And that the flowers or the trees and the grasses are all like weird colors. A lot of like pastels or very, very bright, oversaturated colors. The plants mostly look like regular plants you'd find, as long as you stay on the path. There are like paths that go places, and then there's like big open spaces or like big empty woods, and you don't want to leave the paths.
Cool. Now, we have established in our backstory that this isn't the first person you've taken to the Fey realm. You took Donovan here once.
Correct. Yes.
So, I was thinking that there's 2 ways we could do this. Well, there's actually 3, but I don't like the third one. We'll start with the third one because I don't like it. The third one is you could always do this, and you just couldn't do it until you earned them. Yeah, see, that's boring, right? That's boring.
I think that like Crina had to be like a certain age, or like have a certain amount of Fey power before she could do it.
So before, you were probably going to known like gates, and you happened to be at one when Donovan came running, and you pulled him in. You like
I think it was like something scheduled, like a visit to my dad over the summer or something, right. And Donovan just showed up at the right place at the right time, and I was able to like grab him and take him with me.
Cool. I wanted to note that just for my own sanity, so I don't think about it too much later. Where's the one I want? Well, there's Tanya. I don't want Tanya. There's King Jack. There's Eva. Okay, so at least they're next to each other, but they are appearing in this episode, so we're gonna move them up here. People at home, you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I'll give you one more insight into the way I MC, okay? So, in this, the little box down there, all you see is the slide that I have up. This is actually a Google slide show. And what I have is I have spacers to help me find what I'm looking for first. So, as an example, right before my PCs, it says starring. And it's very cinematic, but you never get to see it. And so down here near the people I just moved, where are they? The people I just moved, I have a space for not appearing in this episode, where I put people below it who like shouldn't be at the location that we're about to go to. But I didn't have enough time to prep today, or else I would have moved them up because they were below it because I thought we were going to be at school. Anyway, now you know what I'm talking about. I put the different slides between different spacers, and you can do that too if you want to do all this work. I don't know. Maybe
pro
at one
tips
point.
from a GM.
Yeah,
pro
tips.
with Brian.
Pro tips with Brian. All right, cool. So we're in the Fey realm. Corey, well, actually, Crina, you still have initiative here because you pulled Corey in. Do you want to, like, say anything dramatic, or do you want to just let Corey react? It's up to you.
Oh, well, I said, like, do you want to come with me? Because they have to be willing. They have to be consenting to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't know what he's saying yes to.
He literally said
but
sure.
That doesn't matter, you know? So he said sure. So Crina just grabbed his hand and just, like, did it. Like,
yeah.
All of a sudden, this realization, I can do this. And, like,
Ooh.
took him through.
Yeah, I just meant on the other side. Now that we're there, we had you set the scene.
Just smile. Like,
okay.
So, just to clarify, because we've described the world at large, where do we land?
I imagine, like, in the middle of a path in the middle of the
Okay, so we're
woods.
just in the
I
middle
love
of
it.
the path in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
We're, like, on a path that is going both directions.
Mm-hmm.
In some woods with, like, the leaves are all strange colors, and there's lots of flowers, and it's, like, lit, like, kind of, like, early morning or late at night. It never gets, like, full noon or full dark. But, like, when you look out into the woods, it gets dark as you look out.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 0 to 10, I know you usually ask, but did you slip me something while we were having sex? As he's just, like, looking around, like...
I always ask. And I asked if you wanted to come here with me.
And did you, like, slip salvia under my tongue at some point? Like...
No, this is all me.
Okay.
This is where my brother lives and my dad lives. This is the fairy realm. Welcome.
I thought it was someplace in Florida.
Yeah, that's Bridget. You think?
Yeah,
so?
I just assumed she had like actually Googled it because she cared enough. Wow. And he's gonna like reach out and like touch a leaf. like pull it off a tree. Does it feel like a leaf? Like, what is he experiencing here?
Yeah, it feels like a leaf.
All right.
I mean,
Cool.
like,
And then it talks to
it's
you.
okay to do that here, but like, don't do that if you're like way off the path. In fact, don't go off the path.
Why not? And he looks at her like arches a brow. Why can't I go off the path?
Trina's gonna look the most serious and like the most serious you've ever seen her, and just straight like, do not go off the path.
Corey,
Right.
now that you're thinking about the path, you look at the path, and about like 10 feet away from you is what looks like a fox, and the fox is just sort of sitting there staring at you. Sitting at like attention like a dog would.
That's atypical. I've been hunting enough to know that that is not a thing. Crina, why is there a fox just sitting like a pet?
I'm gonna look over at the fox.
The
Do I know
fox
anything about that?
immediately turns to the right and like casually walks into the woods.
Yeah, they do that here.
So you said there was helpful information here?
Yeah.
Do we want to go deal with that? And he's like looks a little like weirded out by like the rando fox and the different colored leaves and just like.
Yeah, I will start leading Corey down the path
And
towards.
I think there's like a 5-minute interlude where he like doesn't realize his hand's in her hands before he just jerks it away.
Crina's not gonna let it go. Actually, not willingly. She doesn't trust you to not wander off the path.
When you feel the resistance of Crina's hand, do you still want to try to remove your hand from it?
I think he'll look at her and be like, "Why aren't like let me go?"
I'll let you go once we get to where my brother is. You cannot wander off the path here, and
not gonna-
some things will try to make you.
I'm not gonna wander off the path. Just let go of my hand. Listen, we're not dating,
Yeah, we're fucking not.
so let go of
If we
my
were
hand.
dating, maybe I could trust you to like stay with me. Come on. I'm just gonna keep walking and pull at him.
Corey,
He
about
tries to pull his hand away. Oh, nope.
wait, before you try, you're looking at Crina because you're arguing with Crina. Over Crina's shoulder, about 20 feet into the woods, there's like this little clearing that's like super well lit, and there's a tree stump there, and on the tree stump is a meatball sub and a small pile of what appears to be hand-rolled cigarettes.
No. Not Corey.
No, it didn't
No.
work. Okay,
No, not
just
at
I'm
all.
just letting you know it's there.
No, Corey sees it and is like, "Ew, a meatball sub."
Okay, so Corey
I-
tries to pull his hand away again. Crina, are you still
Yeah.
gonna try to hold on to it?
Yeah,
Just
I'm
let-
not
let-
willingly going to
let
let
my
go
hand
of
go,
it
Crina,
until we get
Crina.
up to the court.
We're gonna
Crina,
do
just-
one of those casual, volatile roll-offs. We start casual, and then if you try it again, the second one's not casual anymore. Okay, we're doing it this style.
Eight.
You win.
Okay.
Did you get a 1? I got a 1. Did
No,
you get a 1?
I did not get a 1. I did get a 3 though.
So Corey, you realize that if you're gonna pull your hand away, you might actually hurt Crina by
Yeah,
accident.
no, it's not worth it. I think
Okay.
he like hangs his head back and is just like very like clearly displeased, like boyfriends being dragged through the mall essentially.
Except you're not boyfriend,
Except
right?
we're not dating.
No.
Exactly. But
Right.
she apparently may seem to think we are, and
Mhm.
Corey's not sure what to deal with that.
Rude.
Because she won't let go of his hand.
All
Okay.
they are talking about it. They're just watching like, oh my god.
Yeah. Crina's gonna, like,
The princess,
if you-
it's in Fae Vogue. The princess has a boyfriend.
Oh god.
Dates in Vogue.
Sorry, I don't know why that's really funny. I like that.
18 Vogue. Teen Fae Vogue.
Teen Fae Vogue.
Fae Vogue.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
It
if
makes me think if Tina
Crina's
Fey
gonna-
ran Vogue. If and only
Oh
if.
god. Crina's gonna like kind of like manipulate around so you guys are walking like side by side, and she'll turn to you and she'll say, "Look, you don't belong here. I only kind of belong here. And there are things that will tempt you off the path, and some of them are really good at it, and you will die. Or
I'm pretty
worse.
sure they're
So-
not great. I saw a meatball sub, and that's gross.
Yeah, that's just the first try.
I mean, if they wanted to tempt me, they'd have, like...
Don't say it.
Why? It's not
This
gonna
is a
work.
magical place.
I am a
This is a
mind of
magical
steel.
place. Yeah, sure, you're still a human. Come on. Shut up, stop talking, and let's just go.
Okay, but all I'm saying is it would be
Shut
like
up!
you...
Great. So do you walk now, Cor? Are you willing to keep walking?
Oh yeah, he's like walking the whole time.
Great.
He's just arguing with her.
So, it doesn't take too long to get to the... I don't want to call it a city, but to buildings. Does that sound fair to you, Crina?
Yeah, like I feel like they're kind of like half open.
Yeah.
Like a settlement kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Like
ruined
Towns of
stone
World
walls.
of Warcraft.
Yeah, I don't like that description either.
It's more like ruined. Like there were buildings here once, and like nature has overtaken it, and like none of the buildings are like structurally sound or anything. But like it's a safer place.
And you see the buildings, Corey. You really don't see them until they're like 10 feet away from you, because the trees sort of block distant sight. And as you see them, all of a sudden there is somebody on the path coming towards you from the buildings, and the person is she looks like appears to be female. She looks like she's in her 20s, maybe early 30s. And she's kind of dressed like the Lolita version of like Alice in Wonderland. And she's literally skipping down the path towards you. Now, Crina, you know that this is Tanya, and it's definitely not how Tanya normally dresses. But she seems to have like this big giddy smile on her face.
I
Is
think
she like coming towards us?
Yeah, she's coming towards you.
See,
Hi,
this was a better
Tanya.
route. If they wanted to tempt, this
Shut
is
up! Shut up! Corey, I'm not kidding. You don't know what you're fucking with here. You think you're hot shit? Think again. Not here.
And she stops.
I'm not hot shit here.
She stops in front of you two, and Corey, she gives you this big smile, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, isn't this rave the best?"
Tanya.
This is not a rave.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure this is the fairy world
Oh.
where apparently Crina goes every summer.
Oh man, where did you get that? I wish I was seeing the
Tanya.
fairy realm right now.
Tanya.
I'm here to deal with a demigod. Oh, actually, he's a straight up god. Dark power?
And Tanya kind of like rolls her eyes and she looks at you. She goes, "Is this the Zeus kid?"
Yeah.
Wait,
We're here to help him figure out how to get away from him.
I still maintain
Seriously,
that.
like,
I crossed over on my own.
and she's Corey now that she's like totally not paying attention to you in the slightest.
Oh,
like,
well, that's just rude.
right. And she's like,
Corey's gonna look out off the path if they're having their own conversation.
Great. So you start looking around, which I'm sure won't cause any problems at all. And Tanya's obviously paying attention to you now, Crina. And she goes, "Seriously, you can't? Why did you bring him here?"
So we can talk to Jack without, an intermediary.
You
Little,
could've-
like motion between the two of us.
You could have been the intermediary and just talked to Jack.
Could I?
We don't need like all these people talking about the Fey realm. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have to like drug him before he goes back or something now.
You're not gonna
he's
drug
probably
me?
got something in his system already, to be honest with you.
That's fair. I mean, is he the type of person that anybody would honestly believe?
Probably.
Yeah. Is she-
About a lot of things.
so-
Got money. That works a lot. So.
No, fuck. Yeah, no, then we need to drug him.
Do I hear this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right there.
I just look at them and I'm like, is it a... No drugging.
You remember those mushrooms I gave you that one time?
Yeah.
They came from here.
Okay, yeah, but this is This
And
is
that was
kind of-
mild.
Yeah.
They have better ones.
We
here
have
that
some
you can't take us off.
good shit, kid. Let me tell you.
Yes, and that, I mean, baggy them for later. But this is supposed to be the kind of important stuff. Like, I literally went into a library, Crina. I need to remember this.
Tanya lifts the bottom of your shirt so she can check out your abs.
My abs?
Yeah.
Corey's abs?
Corey's
Yeah, they're
abs.
fabulous.
Yeah, they're
Right,
pretty
just
good.
she does. But she doesn't say it out loud. She just lifts the bottom of your shirt.
I mean, he's like, do you want, like, and he'll, like, literally, like, actually, he's not wearing a shirt. He's not wearing a shirt.
Oh,
He's
right,
wearing
you have
a
the
shirt.
jacket.
A leather jacket.
Yeah,
Oh, I
leather
forgot about
jacket.
that. That's fine. So she just opens up one panel of the jacket. Yeah.
Do you want me to, like, hold that for you so you can, like, get a feel? And he,
That
like,
would be
does it.
great. You want to
Like,
hold
he
like
does
both?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's looking.
Tanya.
What? If you're gonna bring him here,
Business first, then pleasure.
all right, fine. And she'll turn around, and she'll walk further
Or
into
just
the
shrugs and lets go of the
settlement.
jacket. I don't want to forget. Not that I want to. I need to not forget this. We're trying to learn stuff, Crina. I can't forget if
Yeah.
we're learning.
I
That's
meant,
for regular
like,
schoolwork.
At the end, before we go back.
No. I want to remember it. Promise me that you'll not let them take this from me.
That's not a promise I can make, but I'll do my best.
Okay. Can you look on my hand now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no. He like wipes his hand off like on the jacket a little.
Yeah, kind of like wipe it off on her dress.
And I think they both start
a
walking
little
in the city.
sweaty, yeah.
Aw.
So, what is this place called? And who was the babe that was feeling my abs?
This is the Fey Realm, and that's Tanya.
But like, does it? Yeah, but like, you know how it's like the United States, and then it's like Massachusetts, and then it's like Gehenna Valley.
Sure.
So a few steps forward, and you're sort of like cross into like the opening around these structures, and there's like I don't know 12 people here and there. They're all gorgeous. They're not all like sculpted like Corey is, but each and every one of them is just like incredibly good looking. In all sorts of different like heights and shapes, and there's a few people sort of gathered in the middle. One of them appears to be that person you just met, Corey Tanya, but now she's wearing a completely different outfit. It is like how do I describe this? Do you see the Wonder Woman movie?
Yes.
Yes, alright. So you know like the Amazonian like training armor that they wear for like most of the movie?
Yes.
She wears that, but it's like a little bit more formal. You know, like
Okay.
somewhere between that and like power suit, you know?
Okay.
You just make it up in your mind, it'll look great. And they're at the center of all this is somebody who does look a little bit like Crina. You know, they could be related. And they all seem to be talking. And he turns and he sees you. And when he turns and he sees you, everybody who's talking to him stops talking. The people who are sort of like doing their own thing, they don't give a shit. But everybody in his little group stops talking.
Are they staring?
He's looking, and they're mostly trying not to look, as if like intentionally not staring at
Okay.
you. And Crina, do you wave?
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited.
And he like gives you like a half smile, and gives you like one of these.
Yeah, I wasn't even waiting. I was already like walking up.
Okay, great. And Corey, I assume you keep
He's
close.
just, yeah, no, he's just striding forward like nonchalantly, like probably eyeing lots of people up, being like, oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean this
Yeah, no,
this would be a fantastic orgy. I'm just saying.
no, he's wondering, like, he's like, do we have time?
Yep.
Yeah, Crina's
And
gonna go right up to Jack and be like, hey, Jack! And like give it a hug.
yeah, and he hugs you back, and he says, "Sister, you've brought someone else before us."
I came on my own.
And
I
he
did it.
actually
I
does.
figured it out.
He looks proud. He actually does look proud, as opposed to Tanya. And he actually gives you another hug at that. He goes, "Oh, that's fantastic! Good for you!"
Wait, could you not do that before?
No,
And he
not on my own.
Now, Jack turns to you, Corey, and he stares at you like you were the rudest piece of shit on the planet when you say that.
Corey just like raises an eyebrow because I feel like he understands this ideology. He's heard of, he's dealt with big brothers before,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he just smirks at him, and like sort of like I think he smirks, and I think he's like, and he like he reaches down and he opens up the jacket again.
The brother does not give any. He doesn't even look down.
Yeah.
And he'll turn back to Crina and be like, "Does he really deserve help?"
It's not about deserving, it's about doing the right thing.
And he kind of like rubs one temple a little, and he goes, "I think technically the right thing would have been to leave him in the mortal realm."
His family sold him
But we don't have concrete.
to a god
We don't have concrete evidence that that's exactly how that worked.
for their own gain.
Corey closes the jacket and actually zips it up.
That's great. I love it. Jack, he actually starts pacing, and when he does, like the people who are around him, like back off. Like this is just something he does every so often, and they need to get out of the way. And he's like, yeah, how is that our problem? It doesn't affect us. This is a mortal thing.
He's my friend, and I don't like people making deals like that. Corey has to consent to it. Like, if he gave his soul to Castile, sure, it's fine, whatever. Like, dumb deal, but like mortals do that all the time, right? Sell their souls. Like, he didn't consent to it. Like, his family just did it. Like, that's real messed up.
Families can do that. You don't have to consent to the deal yourself when you're that young. That's been law for a long time. He's not looking
right,
at you.
And he's my friend. Like, definitely like performative disapproval, though,
Mm-hmm.
like in front of the court kind of thing. He's my friend, and I want to help him.
And still pacing, Jack will go, okay, what? Go ahead.
Technically, from my understanding of how this works from that one Shakespeare play and or other things, she has now to help me because she's promised.
I didn't promise. He promised that he would let me help him.
Yeah, so Jack will stop on his heels as soon as you say that, Corey. Then instead of looking at you angry like he did before, he looks to Crina, and of course Crina is already answering. And Jack seems relieved, and he goes back to pacing. And Jack's like, he can't even keep his promises straight.
He doesn't really get how it works. Most of them don't.
And he goes, I'll never understand why we told that guy anything in the first place. He only said half of it correct, and then he put all these ideas into everybody's heads.
I mean, Dad likes it. He thinks it's funny.
Dad, yeah, okay, sure, and like I'm all for entertaining Dad, but
Hi, yeah. If you're done having whatever this tantrum is, I actually need information. Can we get to that part?
And he stops again, and he turns, and he doesn't look at Corey, he looks at Crina, and he goes, "What do you want me to do?"
I mean, you know things. You gotta tell us how to break the thing. Tell to break the deal.
You want to break the deal, and
Yeah. Want to break the deal Corey's family made with Castile,
okay. Do you
so
have
that Corey can be free.
Do you have a copy of it?
Turn to Corey.
I
They're
don't-
like a special contract, like
I
a
don't-
physical thing.
I don't know. I think I was young, really young when you started talking to me, so I don't. It's
Okay.
always been there.
So there was probably then. Well, there might still be something written, but with Zeus, it's probably an oral agreement anyway. But there is probably like very specific words that they had to say at his birth. Do you know what that is?
turn to Corey. Do you have like some kind of like baptism or like ceremony or something when you were born or like shortly after when you came of age or anything?
I mean, all this stuff started happening when I was like 3 or something like that. But that's when I took the mantle of the avatar. But well,
what is it? What did you do to take the mantle?
I don't know. I was 3. I was told it happened at 3. There's a picture somewhere. I don't know.
Is there a...
I mean, there's like a photo album. I mean, it's like not one of the ones they display, but...
Do you know where it is? Could you get it if we went back?
I mean, I probably could. It's in the... Well, it's in the temple. Ooh, I trashed the temple.
You said there's a temple to Zeus?
Well, it's to Castiel, not to Zeus, and it's you
Same
go into
thing.
one of the basement levels and you pull a book off of a bookshelf and it like turns around and then if you go behind, there's like pews and there's an altar
Oh my
and then
gosh,
there's a lamb
he is
skull
so boring.
and there's a
You
lamb
live in a
skull.
Scooby-Doo house.
There's a lamb skull that's plated in gold.
You live in a Scooby-Doo house, Corey.
I've never actually watched that.
So Tanya has started talking to Jack because Jack got bored. They're just like talking idly to each other, and but one of the people who was attending Jack gets like super excited, and he like rushes up to Corey, and he looks like he's maybe like 60. And he's got like a salt and pepper beard. He's like got these big, like just like joyful cheeks. And he actually grabs you by your face, Corey. And he goes, "You get to experience Scooby-Doo for the first time."
Bigger fish to fry?
No, my friend. This is so much.
Crina?
He just really likes cartoons. Like, he's really into cartoons. I showed him Sailor Moon and he like lost his shit.
Oh my gosh, Sailor Moon! Have you seen that?
No, Crina, like, I feel like we're losing track here. I'm in your
You let go over your face.
fantasy land. Yeah, like, I like gently, like,
Yeah.
like, no, you're not pretty enough for this. And, like, is your brother gonna help or not? Or is he just incapable?
I'll walk over to Corey, put my hands on his shoulders, and like step up on her tippy toes just a little bit to look him like in the eye as close as she can. You're in the Fey realm now, at the Fairy King's court. Don't be fucking rude to the Fairy King.
Okay, well, can we get help? Like, I could be in a library at Harvard right now, which is apparently where a lot of information is stored.
He'll help, but like we do things differently than humans do.
Okay.
So like chill the fuck out and stop being rude.
Crina, from in the corner of your eye over Corey's shoulder, you can see that Jack and Tanya have started making out.
Seriously? Like you yell it over his shoulder.
Like, what do you? And he like turns around and he's like, I could be at the Harvard Library where the smart people are, but now I'm.
Or
in
you could be in the fairy realm, making out with fairies and learning about the god who owns your soul.
I'm not making out with fairies right now. Disappointing.
We can fix that.
He like takes a step back from Crina and he's like, maybe we should stop doing this so often. like, yeah.
I didn't necessarily mean me. Like, there's lots of fairies all around. Anyway, seriously, Jack?
And Jack finally stops and he goes,
Tanya?
listen, not sorry. This guy's really boring.
Yeah, I know. Okay, like, I get it. Sure, but, like, we need help. We need help. That's why I came here. for
Okay.
help.
Well, I need to know what kind of contract it is, and then I can maybe advise. We can't just like go demand Zeus stop doing Zeus stuff. Like he's Zeus.
Can't you just tell him I'm done with him? I told him I'm done with him. I'm not talking to him anymore. I blocked his numbers. Also, not a boring guy. I ride a motorcycle. I have orgies often.
Jack starts talking to Tanya again. Yeah.
Stop. Answer Jack's question.
What question was there?
He's not even paying attention to you, so.
Basically, like, throw a little temper tantrum. Like, stop my feet and, like, wave my hands and yell, "Pay attention! Both of you!"
Jack, and so Jack turns again, and he's just like, "What? What?"
I'm gonna grab Corey and I'm gonna shove him for him, like, answer a question! And don't be boring! Human shit is boring!
And so Jack finally looks at you in the eye, Corey, and he's obviously frustrated, and he goes, "Who started the contract?"
Several generations ago, I had an ancestor in Spain.
Oh my gosh, what's his name? Just tell me his name. You don't know. You don't know his name? No. Do you know where it happened?
In Castile, Spain.
Okay. Where?
I don't know, in some tiny town.
What year was it?
Corey doesn't know these answers.
And Jack's like, oh my god.
Does your family tell you any stories about anything? Even if you think they're fake, they might be real.
I don't know. Maybe he was like. He takes a moment, like closes his eyes, like he's really thinking hard here. He's like, I think it was the 1400s.
Okay. All right. Sure. Listen. Can you like ask your mom how it happened or something? Like,
I mean, I can go get like the books and stuff. And
there we go. Books. That's a great idea. Get your books. Have Crina bring them back here, and we'll read the books for you. We can read, and yeah, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe we can do something about this. We'll see. Okay. Listen. In the meantime, just I don't know. Should we wipe his memory? And
you're not wiping my memory.
Tanya says we probably should. We may.
You're not.
No.
No.
Maybe.
How am I supposed to know to get the books if my memory is wiped?
Well, it's Zeus, right? So, like, would Zeus could probably go buy it. Like, maybe we should just like cut out part of his brain.
No.
This isn't funny. You can stop now. He believes you.
If you try to, I will break you both over my knee.
Sorry?
And yeah, so like you know how I said some people on the outskirts weren't paying attention? Now they're all paying attention. And they all draw weapons. Most of them are like swords and spears. You're not exactly sure where they came from. One person seems to have a pistol.
Yeah, you said this place was fun, Crina. Not fun.
Yeah, I also told you to not be fucking rude to the Fairy King. Threatening violence to the king is pretty fucking rude, Corey.
Jack will be
over
like,
my knee in the fun way?
I'm the Fairy King, by the way.
Yeah, it's my brother Jack, King of the Fairies.
Your name is... Okay.
It's short for something way longer, like it gives you a run for your money on your name.
I don't know. Can I hear it?
Like, I can't even remember it most of the time.
Oh my gosh, it's so boring.
Anyway, Jack, okay, fine. Corey's an asshole, and I'm sorry that he's an asshole. But, can you give us some just general advice on like how to break deals with gods?
Well,
please?
Yeah, sure. And he puts his hand down, and people lower their weapons. And he goes, listen, the best way to break a deal with a god is to make a better deal with a god.
With a different god.
No, same god. Ooh. Better deal.
Ooh.
If you make a deal with another god, it doesn't generally break the first deal. You just end up getting gods competing, and when gods are competing and you both have a deal, well, they use you as the fucking playing piece, and that generally doesn't work out.
Let's make a new deal. I like making deals.
But honestly, listen, stop talking, because I will get bored. It's probably smarter for you to just bring me, like, anything you can bring me, so we can look at it. Because I'm going to tell you this, and I mean it in the... I'm not trying to be nice. I was going to say, I mean in the nicest way. But listen, you're clearly not smart. You're not charming. You're not even interesting. Zeus could throw you away at any minute. If you try to outsmart him, he'll probably kill you.
And there's like a moment where it looks like Corey's going to argue.
Mm-hmm.
And he pauses for a second. And he's like... he looks at him and he's like... I'm working on it. Apparently, according to a mutual friend, I'm like a blank. I've never had to care before. I didn't need to care before.
Why are you saying all these things? Why? We're not talking about your emotional stability. Crina, listen,
Crina, I want to leave.
It's not, yes. He does. He does. Please. And Crina, would you just, like, get him really drunk, at least, when you go back, so he has, like, significantly less credibility? What?
Give us some of the good shrooms. Those we have to take here because they won't go back. Give us some of those.
I thought you didn't want me to wipe his memory.
I'm not going to wipe his memory.
Oh, those shrooms. Okay. And Jack just sort of snaps. And they're in your hand, Crina. And you've experienced this before, so you expected them to be there.
Thanks.
Nope.
Crina's gonna grab your head, but if you try to say something or do something, it'll be...
No, he's not gonna say anything, but he wants to take a long look at Jack. And he doesn't like that someone is so, like, again, like this morning, and he wants to figure out Jack's deal. I'd like to, if possible, gaze into the abyss. And try and, like,
absolutely. By all means, you should gaze into the abyss, please. This is a great idea.
That's a 10.
Oh, fantastic! So, you gaze into the abyss. Before I start talking, I know you said you wanted to figure out Jack, but give me a little more than that. What are you looking for?
Corey wants to be impressive to him. He's so tired of everyone denouncing. He thinks he's very good, and he's starting to kind of learn that maybe he isn't, but he still wants to hold on to that. And so he's trying to figure out how can he not be boring to Jack.
I like it. I dig it.
Yeah. What is Jack like?
So you stare at Jack, and he kind of just smiles, and as you look at his smile, it's weird. It's kind of like the world gets soft and just better. And you find yourself on a carousel, like a merry-go-round. And you're on the merry-go-round, and it's just like merry-go-rounds are for little kids, right? But this is like the best fucking merry-go-round you've ever been on. It is amazing for some reason. Like, it is just so much fun. It goes around, but it also goes up and down at the same time. Now, that's fantastic, right? Isn't that fantastic? It's fantastic. Then you look down and you realize this isn't a horse, this is a person. You're riding on a person on this merry-go-round. That's crazy. No, wait, you're not on a merry-go-round. This is really weird. You're in like a library riding a person. So now you're riding a person in the library, and you've got this book in your hand. It's a great book. It's like the best book you've ever written, but there's no words in it. And it's weird. You're holding this book and you're on a boat. Why would you even read a book on a boat? You look down and you realize that you've been writing your own name in it over and over and over again, and you look up and there's Crina, and she's rowing the boat. It's fantastic, but Crina would never row a boat. No, wait, you're rowing the boat. You're the one rowing the boat, and Crina is writing in the book. And it's funny because now you're in math class, and Crina is naked. She's at the board, and she's doing what's clearly Latin translations in the math class. And as you look at the chalk, it's so funny. It's so strange. It's like a path cutting through the blackboard, except it's actually the path that you're walking in the Feywild, and oh my gosh, it is just amazing. And then you hear a voice over your shoulder, and you're like, ooh, shoulders. So that's the voice. That's not your voice. Actually, you're the one saying it. You're behind Jack, and you're rubbing his shoulders, and it feels so good. And then you realize that, oh my goodness, if you just name all the stuff you have and all these things about you, and you just keep talking about yourselves, people do not like it. It's amazing. You've got to like listen and then talk a little bit about you and then let the other person talk again. And that is interesting. And you wake up and you're in the 3rd floor of the school with Crina.
Imagine you're like, Crina's like sitting on the floor and you're like laid down, you've got your head in Crina's lap, and she's just like absentmindedly like, yep, took a little too much. A little too much. Told you not to take that second bite.
And you can take a 1 forward next time you want to be interesting too, Jack.
Okay. Corey's just like, I think I learned how to socialize.
Oh, are you back now?
Do I talk too much about myself?
Sometimes.
And now we're going to go to break. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll come back and we'll do art class. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Break button and transition.
That was. Are we out?
They can't hear me. Now they can. What is...
I'm scared when she
What
laughs.
is happening?
I don't know.
What a weird way to come back from break.
We're all gonna die, y'all.
Are you okay?
Oh my god.
What?
It was the fade to Faye and the ignoring.
Oh my god.
The look you gave me when I asked that question and you just kept counting.
So, just so y'all know what's happening, I told the cast that I was going to attempt a fade transition, because I still don't really know a lot of tricky ways. I know I could be using OBS better, which is what we use to make all this fancy. And I know there's a way to do it, but I haven't learned yet how to set the sound before I transition. So every time I transition, I then have to go back and change the sound. And so I said, I'm going to attempt a fade transition. Stephanie said...
I couldn't hear him clearly, so I said a fade or a fade transition.
He did say Faye.
And he made eye contact with me. I kept counting.
Did, because I do 3, 2, 1 before going back. And apparently that was very funny. So now you're all caught up. Everybody out there.
I'll be back on my high-pitched shrieking.
And you know that it wasn't like maniacal or anything, okay? Oh my goodness. So we're going to art class, but we're actually going to start in the hallway as the doors to the cafeteria open up and students start moving forward. Donovan and Bridget are walking to art class like everything is perfectly normal. And I think, Donovan, you said you wanted to perhaps get some words in before you reached art class?
Yeah, if it seems to work and just Bridget starts moving along.
Yeah.
Donovan just goes along with it and then says, I'm just trying to keep things calm and make sure everything's fine with you, especially after tryouts. So, I made sure to keep that video quiet. So, good. Glad we had this conversation. And keeps moving.
But who do you must have like a crush on someone or something, Donovan. I can give them to you.
You're really quite lovely, and you remind me of someone, but that's also quite terrifying. Enjoy art. And he'll, move along faster.
You, power walking down the hallway now?
Yeah, he's getting a little in his own head, because she does remind him of his sire and some of the craziness that went on.
Cool.
Patrolling.
Yeah.
So he's just like, you know what? I want to avoid this, but try to stress I'm okay and not going to cause a problem. Keep moving.
Bridget, are you going to catch up, or are you just going to keep walking
I think
casually?
when I get to art class, I'm just going to slide in the seat next to him.
Okay.
If someone is already sitting next to him, I'm going to make them move.
So before you get to art class, okay, I want to let you know that you pass Caleb in the hallway, and you're at the front of the crowd leaving the cafeteria, and he's still looking at his phone, just sitting in the exact same spot you saw him in.
Okay.
Okay, great. And so you do get to art class before anyone besides Donovan, because you are at the front of the pack besides Donovan, who just permanently decided to power walk all the way to art class. Mm-hmm. So you were able to sit right next to him.
I'm not even going to say anything.
Great.
I'm just going to kind of power move, shadow him.
Okay. And Bex makes their way in, and Bex will sit on the other side of you, because Bex thinks that's where they're supposed to sit now. And let's put one more person at your table, just for funsies. Who's not in a class there yet? Let's put Xavier in art class, because I love Xavier in this weird way. I made it creepy, and I don't regret it. So does either of you want to get something done during art class?
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to kind of be friendly with Donovan and kind of shadowing him a little bit.
Cool. Donovan?
I think Donovan at some point, while they're... I'm not sure what they're doing. They're doing...
They're still working on shadows. You can't just
shadowing?
do shadows for one day.
For the rest of my existence. Donovan would just kind of say, Bex, remember to talk to Bridget about what I said.
And Bex says, I did, and winks at you, even though you're literally talking over Bridget at the art table.
Just wanted to make sure it's clear I'm trying to help there. And Donovan will just smile to Bridget and then look back to his work like, oh God, I want this class to be over.
And Bex looks over at you, and they say, actually, if you wanted to help, didn't you say the other day that that you were good at massage in the hallway?
Yeah, let me know if after tryouts there's any problems.
Well, maybe we could do something before tryouts, because then it would help me at tryouts.
All right, that should be fine.
Great. Do you really care about 5th period? Which I am assuming is the period after this. In my head, that makes sense.
We'll say it's, let's see, what am I in? Health and art?
I don't know. You're sure you've got plenty of classes.
Yeah. Donovan shrugs. Not particularly.
And he goes, great. So we can head over to the pool because there won't be anybody there, and you could help me there.
I haven't been in any of the actual team rooms. Is there some sort of massage table, or do you actually have equipment?
Well, there's benches, but I just know that if we go to the gym, there'll be people because it's gym class.
Is that a problem?
They probably would tell us that we're not allowed to be there.
Oh. Right, I suppose that would matter.
I mean, if you don't think a bench would work, we could go up to like the 3rd floor and use an old desk.
Oh, no. Mm-mm. That's
right.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Great.
Yep.
And Bex will go about their business. Okay, great. So, Wolfe, I guess, is there anything you want to get done in English class, as you are the odd man out right now?
So I'm in this class with Marissa and Tabitha, right?
You are.
All right. Can I sit next to either of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
Why not?
So I think during class, this isn't going to be some like lengthy discussion, hopefully.
Mhm.
So he'll just like lean over towards, let's just say Tabitha is sitting
Mhm.
next to him,
Yeah.
and just be like, "How come you guys all like sleep around when you're dating someone?"
And Tabitha will say, oh, because, I mean, everyone has different schedules, but sex is great.
Don't you get like jealous at all?
Of
Maybe a
who?
little bit. Whoever you're, I don't know, Chase is sleeping with.
Well, I can sleep with them too.
Aren't you
Sometimes
ever
at the
worried
same
that-
time.
But like, aren't you ever worried that they like that other person like more?
Oh,
than you?
Chase absolutely does.
Oh, isn't that like hurtful?
No, absolutely not. Because everybody sees you with Chase. Looks great for me. And then I still get to have great sex.
Is that how Bridget feels too?
No. And she'll reach over and she'll pat your hand. And she'll say, I'm sure Bridget's feelings are like way more complicated just because she's so smart and fantastic.
Wolf gives just like a couple slow nods that she can tell that he's not entirely buying that last bit.
Okay.
But he just says, okay, I guess I just never really even ever thought about, sleeping with someone else while I was dating someone. That just seems kind of hurtful.
And Tabitha goes, well, I mean, you don't have to, right? It's just a benefit. And if it doesn't sound like fun, then it's not really a benefit and you just ignore it.
I guess, but what about Bridget? What if she wants to like sleep around and like I'm just like not sure I'm like cool with it.
And Tabitha will look at you and be like, well, you're only missing out if you want it. And if you don't want it, you're not missing out. But if you don't want someone else to have it, then you're just trying to make someone less happy. And I just didn't think you would want Bridget to be less happy.
No. It's not like that. Of course I want her to be happy. I just.
Oh, well, then you're cool with it.
I think he just kind of sighs. He doesn't actually respond. He's like, I don't know. I guess I just. This is probably something I should just talk to Bridget about, huh?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Talk to Bridget. Every time I've been worried about something and I talk to Bridget, I feel much better afterwards.
Yeah, that's It's a good point.
Yeah. And if you decide you want to try it out, let me know.
Yeah, sure. It's fine. Thanks. Sorry, I didn't mean to like interrupt your class or whatever.
Well, it's your class too.
Yeah,
I think
know.
the teacher's staring at us.
He looks up and like waves at the teacher and like goes back to like paying attention.
And since you did it, Tabitha will wave at the teacher too, and the teacher will roll their eyes. Bridget, I know you ignored the first buzzing in your pocket, but now you're in art class, and it's like halfway through art class, and you get another buzz.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll pull my phone out at this point. Last time I was just busy and then forgot about
That's fair. So you've got a message from Bex, that's the older message, and Bex says, hey, it's cool if I am the swim captain, right? And this new message is from Tabitha, because Tabitha absolutely pulls out her phone after she's done talking with Wolfe. And Tabitha tells you, Wolfe is being weird and saying things like he wants you to be happy, but he doesn't want to do things that make you happy.
I'll text Tabitha back, like, what did you say to him? And I'll text Bex back and be like, I'm not dating someone who isn't the captain.
And Bex will pick up his phone, even though he's sitting next to you. They're sitting next to you. And Bex will look at you and go, so if I'm the captain, then we...
I'm going to give him a look, yeah.
Great, and he's going to give you the thumbs up and go back to drawing shadows. There. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Bex. I got to update Bex's photo is what I have to do. Because that's throwing me off. Anyway, Tabitha texts you back, Bridget, and Tabitha says, well, he said he wanted to talk to you about it, and I said that was a really good idea.
I'll text back, good job. You're the only one not letting me down today.
And Tabitha sends you back like 3 jumping cheerleader emojis. Cool, great, super fun, right? Everyone loves it. Now we've all gone through at least 5th period, and I'll say we're all back.
I actually wanted to go to choir.
Well, that's too bad. You got high. You got high on mushrooms and you missed it. But let's jump to the end of your scene again, so you can realize that you missed choir. How about that? Maybe you can run to it and catch like the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
So there you are in the 3rd floor. Fleur.
Fleur.
And Crina is stroking your hair. And and you realize all the things that you realized. And you look up at the clock, and you've got 10 minutes left in 4th period. 5th period. I don't know. Numbers.
Time. Whatever. He's gonna reach up and like sort of gently dislocate Crina's hand away from his head, like relocate it. Oh. And he's gonna stand up.
Are you feeling okay?
Fine. I'm gonna go continue learning things.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have a car. My tires were slashed. Well, I'll text Donovan after and see if he can give us a ride to my place.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna go back to my place and get the stuff for your brother. After school.
Okay.
You're looking at me funny.
I mean, you're kind of a huge ass to my brother, which means you're kind of a huge ass to me.
And it's like there's like this moment where like you can see like the 2 brain cells that exist in Corey's head warring with each other. Like, part of it wants to be like, well, your brother was rude to me first, but another part of him is like, that's not gonna work. And he's like, he takes like a deep breath and he's like, I'm sorry. And he speaks them like a foreign language.
Okay.
If I see him again, I'll do better. When I see him again?
Okay, we'll see if I can bring you across again. I don't know, it was really hard. I'm really tired now.
Yeah, why don't you go go fish around in this one, like pull out like some cash and be like, go get yourself like a coffee or something.
I'm not gonna take it.
That's weird.
Just like not even gonna look at the money. like well, I'll look at the money and then I'll look at you and be like,
I'm trying to buy. I'm buying you a coffee. You're tired. Isn't that what nice people do?
no.
Okay, well I'm new at this. I'm new at this. And he like pockets it. What can I do to help you? I'll see you later. And he's like, this is too difficult for him.
Great.
And you just gonna head towards the choir room.
Great. So, first things first. You got high on shrooms, and then you had a very nice, emotional, glee-driven conversation. You make clear a condition.
Cool. Let's clear unsympathetic, because I can't imagine another way to remove that thing.
Absolutely. That's a great one. I'll let you do it. You clear it. Now,
Cathartic for me if I do it myself.
because of the time it took to be cathartic, you've only got 3 minutes left in choir practice.
That's okay. I'm gonna stand outside the door and wait for Dixie to leave.
Oh, okay. So that's the important part. Great. Crina, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna just hang out till the bell rings and then go to your next class, or?
We've got 2 classes left, maybe?
Yeah, there's 2 classes left in the day. That's in my head. That's how it works.
I think I'm gonna cut for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Why not?
I
Great.
think I'll wait till the bell rings and then I'll basically use everybody changing classes as cover to leave.
Great. Yeah, let's see. We had 4 periods, lunch, and then 2 periods. That sounds good, right? I like it. We're gonna keep it. Cool. All right. Well, we'll check back with Crina in a little while to figure out where Crina decides to go. Corey, you go stand outside of choir, which is great because then the bell rings, and people are leaving, and Dixie is just sort of chatting with Ingrid as they walk out.
He's gonna take a step over, and it looks like he's about to interrupt them, and then he pauses, and he waits until they're done talking.
Okay, but you're clearly stepping towards them to
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Dixie kind of sees you, and gets this weird half smirk, and then Ingrid notices you, and Ingrid looks super confused, but they finish up their conversation, and then both turn to you properly, and Dixie will say, "Do you need us, Corey?"
I need you. Or, well, I'd like your expertise, knowledge. You know things. Certain things. Weird things.
And Ingrid totally starts laughing. Ingrid thinks that's a hilarious thing that you just said. And Dixie rolls her eyes. And Dixie goes, I can't talk to your dead relatives.
I don't need you to talk to my dead relatives. Although
Okay.
that could actually be helpful if you could have.
No, I don't. I can't do that.
Yeah, well, that's disappointing.
Okay, I'm not gonna make a love potion for you.
I do not need that. Do
Great.
not need that. And he point he unzips the jacket. Do not need love potion. Have abs.
And they'll both look, and Ingrid kind of smiles, and Dixie's just eh.
But yeah, rude. He bluntly is rude. He's just gonna look at Dixie and be like, "Listen, can you just he looks at Ingrid, and he's like, "Can I talk to you alone?" To Dixie, he's
Yeah,
Ingrid.
and Dixie's you know what? No, I heard a rumor that you take advantage of people.
I do no such thing. I have no need to take. Listen. I strongly and firmly believe in consent, and that's just gross.
Okay, fine. But if we're gonna do it, we're gonna go outside to the smoking
Fine.
pit.
We can go outside the smoking pit. That's fine.
Great. And she looks at Ingrid and she's like, "It's fine, whatever." And Dixie will walk towards the smoking pit, assuming you're gonna follow.
Yeah, Corey will follow.
Great.
Until like.
And so you step out in the smoking pit, and there's nobody out there right now because it's between classes and everyone smoked at lunch. And she turns around and she's holding a thing of mace in her hand. She goes, "What? What do you want?"
Is that really what people think of me? Wow.
Yes.
Delightful. Listen. I take no as an answer. Emily wasn't interested in the orgy. Whatever. Anyway.
Wait, what?
Nothing. So.
No. And she's gonna just lean her hand a little bit closer. Be like, "This seems like a lot of fun. So why don't you go back to that sentence?"
When Emily wasn't interested in going further during the orgy, she just left. It's not like I
Emily
made her stay there.
went to an orgy with you?
I invited her to my orgy.
Okay. And she'll sort of lean back. But she still has it in her hand.
Yeah, and he's just gonna eye it and sigh. Listen, what do you know about dark entity contracts and the Fae?
I'm sorry. You are interested in Fae contracts?
No. Two separate things. The Fae is like a genial overall topic, and then dark entity contracts as like a separate topic.
And she'll kind of sigh and roll her eyes, and she puts the mace. She has got this little side bag, and she puts the mace in the bag, and she's like, she goes, I know a lot of things, but what do you want?
Let me just hit you. I'm doing a project, and let me just hit you with a hypothetical.
No, that's a lie. Try again.
I have a general interest in writing a script.
No.
Cool. So what if a kid was under the age to consent to a thing and didn't know what they were doing, and their parents sold their soul to an entity?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk about that.
That may be feeding on them, that was connected to them.
Okay.
That is has their soul ?
Mm-hmm. This is the dark contract part of the conversation.
Yeah. And then what? Yeah.
And you want to know what the power could do to the kid, and how bad it could get, and maybe how the contract got made in the first place. Is that the kind of question?
I think Corey pales a little when she starts being and how shitty it is and how bad this all is, and
right.
And he just doesn't say anything. I think he just swallows and nods.
We're like, okay. $30.
He hands her 50.
She puts it in a little bag. She'll sit. I don't know. There's probably a loading dock out there for the food delivery truck, right?
Sure.
That's my school had one of those. And she sits down and she goes, "So, dark power contracts come in a lot of different modes. Usually there is a book that maybe somebody signs their name in. There might be a contract, there might not. Blood is often involved. Big on blood, dark powers. By the way, we're saying dark powers, but that can mean a lot of things.
What if I just throw the name Zeus out there?
But Zeus isn't a dark power, that's a Greek god.
For funsies.
Okay.
Just play pretend.
So let's say Zeus is really Zeus. So Zeus, in this funsies, he made a deal to have a kid's soul.
Maybe several generations of individual souls.
Okay, that sounds more like Zeus. Okay, that makes sense to me. So Zeus has got this contract where he essentially owns like a virile line of individuals. Yeah, does that fit into this model?
Yeah, that seems apt.
Okay, cool. So Zeus is probably, he's either possessing people for the sex, or he's experimenting on them in some way. Like he's trying to create like a new race to maybe replace the humans. That sounds like something Zeus might do. Or like he planted his godlike seed early on in the line, and maybe the seed is part of the contract, and he's trying to see like how when like the demigod powers wear off, like how much it could get muddled. Oh, even better, he might have had the first person in the line have sex with something else and not Zeus at all, like a monster or something, and he's tracking that. Or maybe each person in the line is having sex with a different monster, and he's trying to make a new monster. That is very Zeus.
Okay, what if they keep dying younger and younger?
Okay, well that would mean that maybe something's not working, probably. I can't imagine that Zeus would want his spawn, if this is like a spawn thing, and that's often Zeus's deal, would keep... I don't think he would want that, unless he's draining their power for something. In which case I could see like desperation or boredom kicking in and it taking less time each time around.
Okay.
I mean, he's a god, but Zeus is notoriously, what's it? ADD.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's helpful. Part two.
Part two. Faye.
Faye.
What about him? Wait, what? You want to...
Do they genuinely mean to help when they say they do?
No, not at all. Faye loves stealing babies, replacing them with changeling childs.
What if they're like a half Fae and they've actually been kind of good to you?
A half Fae? I mean, if it's not full Fae, there's no... Who knows? It could be anything. If it's only half Fae, that's like... Anytime when we're talking mythology, if you want to label it that, and we're talking halvesies, that's like representation of chaos. Anything could happen there. Either that, or they're like the most ideal of one of them. What if in this... Alright, do you know what the other half is? Because that just... It didn't seem... Okay.
I think. Yeah. I'm like 90% sure.
Oh, if it's half Fae and half human, this person is almost assuredly supposed to be like the best human ever. You know, they're probably going to push against their Fae-ness, and they're just going to be as human can be, and there'll be some sort of moral thing going on.
Would they be very virile?
I mean, they're half Fae and half human. Humans have sex, and Faes are naturally virile, so I don't see why...
Would they be more virile than the average human?
Could be. I mean, that sounds right. That sounds good. That's a good story.
Yeah, that's a good story. Okay. Alright. Can you do that card thing?
Oh. Yeah, okay. She'll like scooch down, and she'll say, take a seat.
He takes a seat.
What do you want to do? You want to ask a question?
How does this work?
Okay, well, this is really just a way for you to get your shit together, okay? The cards essentially tell you you're an idiot until you figure out what you already know.
Okay.
Do you want to ask a question? Why did you want me to pull the cards out?
I don't know. In the movies, they have the cards, and they tell you something, and it's actually really helpful.
Okay, great.
And it like helps you solve the mystery.
Great. $20.
The 20 from the 50.
That was a tip. This is a new transaction.
Pulls out a 20.
She takes it and she puts it in her bag.
Can you do it without a question, or do I need to think of a question?
If you don't want a question, you have to think on a theme. You got to focus a little bit, okay? What are you trying to figure out in your life?
So I think he nods and he starts to think. Do I need to say it out loud, or can I?
No, just think about it. It's fine.
Okay. So
But you-
Corey, for the audience.
Yes.
For the audience at large, Corey is thinking about like this whole like almost like, what does the world want from him? Like where is his place in this? How does he connect to this whole like Zeus thing? And then does he himself connect to anything? Is he anything but a conduit?
Great.
Like, who is he? He doesn't want to be boring.
Cut the deck.
He'll reach forward, and he'll actually cut the deck very well. It's almost like he can do tricks. Like,
Okay.
and it's showy,
Mm-hmm.
intentionally so.
And she rolls her eyes and she takes the deck back. And she puts 3 cards face down. She goes, okay, you thinking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She says, this is about where you were with this. And she holds up the 7 of Wands. I'm still practicing this, so I'm looking it up in a book.
That's okay. There's no pause for Dixie. We understand that. She knows this.
No, Dixie knows what she's doing. She has no book. Here's the card. I like it.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's like a goat and like a coyote and a crane. And there appears to be some blood and like maybe a snake involved.
It's hot.
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's not a fun hand on your face. That looks like a concern.
So this card, she says, again, it represents the past of this idea, where you were, where you're coming from. And it represents competition and jealousy. Also, it represents conflict and battle, fear and fatigue. But it's not about a time of passivity. This isn't a warning not to fight. This is about the fight that you had to have.
Okay.
So that just puts us in a perspective, so we can say this is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
She flips the second card. And she flips the Queen of Swords. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords. There you go. There's the Queen of Swords there. The Queen of Swords is intelligent and worldly, and this represents where you are with this issue. The Queen's mind is clear, her judgment is not clouded by emotion or sentimentality. This is a reliable person. It can be judgmental, it can be cold, it can be critical, but it's not sentimental. Now, when we pull the Queen almost always represents a person like that in your life. And understand that this person is in your life right now because of the thing that you're thinking on. But they represent right now. They're maybe the person you need right now, or the person who has the most control over what's going on right now.
Okay.
It's not you, and it's
No.
not necessarily a woman Okay.
Okay, you beat me to the question. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Because there's no like sentimental means like they're not emotional.
Yeah. No, this is somebody who is not bogged down by that, who thinks very clearly.
Okay.
I mean, really think on it, okay? It doesn't mean that the person is not emotional. It just means that where you are now with this, they aren't being emotional. They might seem aloof or unavailable, but where they are in regards to whatever it is you're working through, they are clear. All right?
Okay, yeah. Solid.
Let's see where
Wow,
you're going.
Like, really good at this.
Yeah, I know. That's why I charge money. And the last card is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the rest after the challenge. It's a time to stay silent and inactive. It's about having solid foundations, taking care of yourself, being reflective. It's not a time to be boisterous, okay? That's not what's gonna get you through this next step. What's gonna get you through this next step is listening not just to others, but actually listening to yourself and taking the time to understand what shit actually is, okay? It also might mean that you need to stop doing something stupid.
People generalize this category of stupid as if it's easy for everyone to understand what's stupid and what's not stupid.
Okay, well that's why we have these cards, okay? So, if you're struggling to try to think about something that's stupid, right? And the thing that you're thinking about is an issue, go back to the Seven of Wands, right? That's the past. That's what you need to move forward from. So what is the battle that you had to engage in that was really important that might be stupid for you to keep doing? That the Queen of Swords might get you through.
Okay. I think I might have this. Wow, you're really good at this.
That's right.
If
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
No, you talk. I'm supposed to listen.
No, I'm done.
Oh. I didn't tip you for that last one, and he pulls out another 20.
And she takes it and she
to
puts
her.
it in the bag.
I'm gonna need this again. This is helpful.
Okay.
Do I have your number? And he's gonna look at his phone. Did he have Dixie's number?
I don't. Let's say that you didn't because you asked, and she'll she'll exchange numbers with you. And she goes, okay, but I don't normally do this on demand. All right, so maybe next time we can do it at lunch or after school or something. All right, I know crises happen. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
You're welcome. And she finally pulls out a cigarette.
Yeah, and I think he'll offer her a lighter from his pocket.
Great.
Lighter.
And she will take that.
I think he's gonna take out his own cigarette and light it up. And... Actually, no, he probably takes out a joint,
Great.
lights it up,
Mhm.
and just
Does anybody have something they want to do before the end of school today? Yes, Crina. Oh, and Bridget. Excellent. I saw Crina's hand first. Crina.
I was gonna say we could let Bridget go first.
Okay, Bridget.
I have two things I want to do.
Oh, well, what are they?
I want to find Corey, and I
Mhm.
want to find Wolfe, so whoever I run into first.
Okay, let's see here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm looking for the thing. I'm looking for the thing. Well, Corey is, of course, yeah, you're probably not gonna find Corey because the last class of the day, Corey skipped out on and is out smoking. But the other person you want to see is Wolfe. So why don't we give y'all 5th period together, because that sounds like fun to me. Doesn't that sound like fun to you? Let's see here.
Wait, did he skip all of his classes? How long are they smoking for?
Well, I don't know. Are you gonna leave? Dixie's not the type of person who shows up 10 minutes to a class. If Dixie's skipping a class, Dixie's skipping a class.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was the last class of the day.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is the last class of the day.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 6th period. That seems like plenty of periods. I mean, you can go to your class. I'm not judging you. Go to science, whatever. I'm just saying Dixie's not doing that.
No, that's fair. He'll stay. It's fine.
So it looks like neither Wolfe nor Bridget has. No, I don't like that. Hold on a second. What am I forgetting about? Math, science, history. There's another class.
English?
English. Okay.
Wolfe already has English.
Wolfe has like everything.
Oh no.
Language arts, like French, Spanish.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we could have a foreign language.
Yeah, let's do a foreign language together.
Yeah. Okay.
Parlez-vous
French.
français?
There we
It-
go.
It's a shitty school, right? So we've got Spanish because every school in America has Spanish, and then there's like the other language
Latin.
that a teacher.
Really good.
That would be hilarious. Let's do Latin because
Sure, I know 0 things about Latin.
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
me too.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Okay, so it works out. Okay,
I think
great.
Mr.
Can Corey
H.
be in that class but skipping?
No, you're in science lab at this period. I'm sorry.
Dang it, it's okay.
So Latin with Mr. H, because Mr. H learned Latin, which is why they offer it. At one point, he like really got it down because he thought he was gonna like go study old Roman ruins, and he never did because he lives in a nowhere town where you don't do shit like that. Sorry, Mr. H. With Wolfe and Bridget, and let's put Crina in that class too. Crina, do you want to take Latin, or does that sound awful?
It probably sounds awful to Crina, but she would totally take it.
Okay, great.
Like if she got put in it, it's not gonna fight
Okay,
anyone over
great.
her schedule.
Because that just, that helps me put people places. All right, great. So you have Latin class with Wolfe. What are you gonna do,
Can I catch
Bridget?
Wolfe outside the door?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to just kind of put my hands around my neck and give him like a big kiss.
Oh, that's nice. Is it a sweet big kiss, or do we need to roll for it?
I think it's sweet.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I think he's just a little taken back for like just a brief moment just because it seems so sudden. But like he quickly warms up, kind of wraps his arms around her and like gives her like holds her close and they like kiss
Aw.
and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, hey Bridget, what's up?"
Hey, I'm sorry I was mean to you earlier, buddy.
He like opens his mouth as he's like, "Ooh, I don't really like that nickname," but he doesn't say anything. And he's
Mhm.
just like, "Oh, that's okay. Sorry I wasn't able to whatever it is that you wanted me to do."
Tabitha told me you two had a talk last period.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and he kind of like looks around, like seeing all these like other students like walking past them and like going into class. He's like, "Do you want to talk about that now? We can like wait until later. It's fine."
I just want you to know that you don't have to worry about anything.
I think she definitely sees for a moment like this like doubt on his face. Like
Mhm.
it's very
I
clear
think
he
she
doesn't.
can feel his doubt.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. You can, and it's very obvious before he says, I guess. So we were just talking about like, how like, Tabitha and Chase are like dating, but they still like sleep around with other people, and they said that like you do it too. So I was just,
I did when I was dating Chase, but if it's a problem, I don't have to, Bunny.
he does that like very noticeable like gulp, and he kind of looks down and like away from Bridget. It's kind of like, I guess I don't know, I just feel like if you're sleeping with other people, it's because you know, not good enough, or you don't care about me, or
I care about you, buddy. You're mine.
but do you just care about me because I'm yours?
What does that even mean?
It's like you favor something just because you have it, or you're settling, you know?
I'm not settling. You're the captain of the swim team.
I guess. But I don't know, you had the quarterback before. Isn't that like way better?
Chase is an idiot. You know that.
Yeah, that's true. He like totally just agrees with that. But
I'm gonna try and get a ride home after school. I'm worried about my mom's with the dead rabbit being stabbed in her living room.
yeah, that's pretty weird. Have you heard anything about it?
They haven't texted me or anything, but why don't you come over for dinner after you do great at swim friends?
Yeah, I can probably do that. I'll just let my parents know. But yeah. Hey, also, sorry I couldn't, do that thing for Donovan. I can
It's okay.
try again, but I don't know. Something tells me it's not gonna work out.
I think we need to find another path to bringing Donovan to us. We'll figure that out.
Yeah. I think you can tell that because of your streaming ability, you can tell that Wolfe is very nervous when he agrees to that. Perhaps because he's lying. But he's just yeah, totally, we'll figure something out.
And as we're walking into class, I want to take out my phone, and I assume I have Corey's number. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
cool kid. I'm
Yeah,
a cool kid. I want to text Corey and be like, hey, I'm in a rush to get home after school today, and Wolfe has swim practice. Can you give me a ride? By the way, I heard you're dating Crina. That's so great. You two are going to be so cute together. And send a little heart.
So, yeah, and so, well, hold on a second. So, Corey, this would have happened right at the beginning of you talking to Dixie. So, do you want to not have noticed until you start smoking?
Yeah, not until you started smoking.
Great. So, we'll put a pause in that for now. And just so you know, Bridget, you don't get an immediate response.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go to Latin class and learn some Latin, which might be useful later.
Yeah, great.
I will say that Wolfe struggles hardcore. I don't think he's good at Latin at all.
Why do I feel like Crina, even though she's not even paying attention, is fantastic at Latin?
Oh yeah, Crina's in this class.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Crina.
Well, she's
too.
not
She's
here.
skipping school.
Oh yeah, she's not here.
All
Oh,
right.
so I noticed she's not here.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
And you notice that Corey's not picking up.
Yeah.
Insert fanfic.
Ooh. So,
Who needs some fanfic when we just get the game?
so I don't forget, halfway through the class, Corey, you check your phone and you see the message from...
So there is an immediate, all caps, she's not my girlfriend.
Great.
And then there's a response of, someone slashed my tires? So I actually got a ride in with Donovan. I guess he could give us both a ride if you need it.
Oh, you rode in with Donovan? Question mark?
Yeah, I stayed over at his place last night. Yeah, it's so anyone said
Yeah,
just stayed
I'm
over at his
sure
place
he
last
won't
night.
mind giving me a ride.
Mr. Rob, I love it.
He would have been I stayed at his place last night. Might be staying there
Oh.
for a little bit.
Okay.
Something different.
I think Bridget, at this point, internal monologue is realizing oh, a way into Donovan might have just fallen in my lap.
Yeah, he's like, by the way, have everything for the party.
Great. Meet you after school on the front steps.
Sure. And I'll message Donovan and I'll just say, meeting you after school, front steps. By the way, Bridget needs a ride.
What about Crina? You said Crina was coming too.
Oh yeah, no, he'll message you also and be like, by the way, meeting after steps with Donovan. Bridget's gonna give a ride and then we'll go to my place.
So Donovan.
Yes. I don't know if you want to go to Crina first, but I have a situation to deal with Bex.
Okay, so you don't want to immediately respond to the text messages.
I think I'd be occupied.
Okay,
with
great.
a Bex.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. So let us go to Crina. Crina, where did you go, and what do you want to do?
So I think there's more than one smoke spot. Like,
Okay.
there's the place where people who smoke cigarettes go to smoke. And sometimes people also smoke joints there, but I think there's like a quieter, more hidden place for when, like, maybe a little towards the woods or whatever around that like only some people go to. And I think that's where Crina typically goes, to be alone, generally. And we go out into the woods somewhere and like at least like lay down, like in the woods, and like light a joint. And what was that sound?
That was thinking. That was thinking MC sound.
I know, that's why I'm a little scared now.
That is a frightful noise.
So, Gehenna Valley High sits in a giant traffic circle. So, if you're gonna get to the woods, you would have to take a little walk, I think. I don't think it would be super convenient for people to smoke at during school, which is maybe why it's less used. But it might be a spot that people go to after school. How does that sound? Like, it's a place where people who just want to sit and smoke and do nothing else sometimes go to, which would definitely make it empty now.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, I just want to justify everything we've established. Cool. So yeah, you go wandering in the woods like you do. You're not really wandering because you're going to the spot, and you lay
it's not
down.
very far into the woods at all.
No,
probably.
It's just like so that people can't see you from the road.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Probably Crina's just like not even carrying. There's like dirt and rocks and like pine needles and stuff on the ground. Like, just like lay down and like light up the joint.
Yep. Wait, is it a joint or a good joint?
Is it a fey joint?
Sure, yeah, it's a fey joint. Probably say she topped up before leaving.
Right, just because we established
you can bring back.
Yeah, we established earlier that you take those with you sometimes. So you got a fey joint, great.
And probably like what she's like actually like good and high. She'll actually call her mom.
Okay, great. Yeah, you get high, and you call your mom, and okay, hold on a second. I googled random store name generator. Well, this is a domain name generator. That's boring.
All right, chat. This is where you step up. What store is
What's the name of
mom Eva running at the moment?
Right. Can you beat Google? Beat Google.
I have faith in you, chat. Come on.
Oh, I think that's great. So this is obviously not in response to what we just said, but I'm going to use it anyway. So your mom picks up and she goes, "Oh my God, that's so perfect. How can I help you?"
Hey, Mom. It's me.
Oh, hi, honey. How are you doing?
Oh, you know, some good, some not so good. I crossed over on my own finally. I did it.
Oh, that's great, hon. I knew one day you'd be able to do it, probably.
Yeah, so it was really exciting. And then I took my friend Corey to meet Jack, and like Corey was an ass.
Okay, which one is Corey?
Oh, he's like the rich one. Like the
Oh,
Castile.
well, yeah, you can't trust rich people. You know that.
I mean, Corey doesn't like his family though, so.
Oh, yeah, he probably still needs like 5 years of that, though.
Anyway, but yeah, he was a huge ass to Jack, and like I feel really bad, and like he didn't listen to me, he didn't believe me about like don't go off the path. There are scary things in the woods, and like be nice to the fairy king in the fairy world. You're his guest. And like Jack was really annoyed, and like I feel bad, and just like I feel really shitty. And then Corey was like, "This is really hard to go across. Like I'm so tired." And then he was just like, "Here, have some money. It'll make things better."
Okay, well, a couple of things in there. First, understand that men are trash. It doesn't matter if they're human men or they're fae men. They're all trash. They're just all trash.
Yes, I know. You say that all the time.
I love Jack. Jack's wonderful. But Jack is trash. We know that. And rich people are trash. So it's like all we have is trash, you know? And you know what I always say? If you're stuck with a piece of trash, you just got to turn it into something useful. So I know you're feeling down. Let yourself feel down. And then once you're done feeling down, just take out your hammer and hit that trash until it's something you want it to be.
I'm trying, but he doesn't want to.
Who doesn't want to?
Like Corey, like I'm trying to help him. Like he's in a bad spot. I'm trying to help him.
Well, of
like,
course he doesn't want your help. He's trash. You just hit him anyway. You just keep hitting him until he's better. Don't actually hit your friend with a hammer.
I mean, no, I wouldn't do that.
Okay, I just have to say that because now people are looking at me. Yes,
I mean,
you. You.
You know,
I'm talking about you. Yeah, turn around and finish your craft. I'm sorry,
Crina's
honey.
actually laughing, like,
Okay, good.
like, yeah, you tell him, Bob.
Yeah.
It's your story.
It is.
But okay, like he's kept his promises to me so far, so I can't do the thing.
Okay.
And that's usually how I hit people.
Well, I see. Let me tell you. What I did with your father is I literally slapped him across his face. Like, and I know I just told you not to hit your friend, okay? I didn't do it often. But
Mom, are you about to have the conversation that I've asked you not to have with me?
What? No. Ew, no.
Okay.
I'm just saying that you've got a rich asshole friend that you're trying to help. Slapping him across the face is probably how you get him to stop talking every so often.
I mean, there are like less violent ways to do that.
Yeah, but it's not as effective. What are you gonna do? You're gonna make him a
know.
macaroni
It's pretty
necklace and then he'll think about it? No, slap him.
Not making macaroni necklaces, Mom.
What?
Not macaroni necklaces.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't do that.
Yep, we're not.
Good. Wait, are we talking? Is this metaphor now? Are we having the talk?
Well, I mean, you went there about Dad, and I've asked you not to. You keep
I
bringing it
didn't
up.
go there. I'm talking about actually hitting your father. Shut up. He's a man.
Okay.
Listen, honey, I gotta go because I don't know, capitalism. But just listen to me for just a second, okay?
Okay.
Your friend is probably not worth it, but you're gonna help him anyway. And then, maybe in like 6 years, it will have been worth it.
6 years.
Yeah, it takes men a long time.
I mean, he's not my boyfriend or anything. Like, that's not what's going on here.
Right, no. But maybe in 6 years. Okay, that sounds like a... Listen, I gotta go.
Okay, fine. I'm not gonna be home for dinner. I have to like help Corey do a thing.
Okay. Alright, just... I don't know. You... Okay, hold on a second. Shut up! I'm coming! Listen, one more thing, okay? Sometimes you can do the thing even when you don't have a promise, okay? Think about it like that. Sometimes, if you just make a person feel like they're guilty, that's enough to get them to do things, even if they've never done anything wrong. At least not recently. All right? That's like the human way to do it. You just kind of look at them and you don't say anything until they come
this is the
up
thing
with...
that you do to me.
Yes, yes. I mean,
you're not angry. You're just disappointed, and somehow that's worse.
yes, and sometimes you pay attention long enough for that to work. Okay, I gotta go. I love you.
I love you too. You're a little evil.
Thanks. Okay, and then she hangs up the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Crina will like set an alarm on her phone.
Yep.
For like a few minutes before school ends.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like stay in the woods and like keep smoking.
Great.
Until the alarm goes off, and then she'll head back.
Did she respond to Corey's text?
Oh, did Corey text her?
Yeah. That was the whole reason we went there. Because Corey texted her.
Oh, right. No, that's not the whole reason we went there.
No, it's not.
It's not. The start of
Oh,
it.
right, like telling the ride. Okay, yeah, well, like Corey already told her that, so I don't think she'll respond.
Crina's just like, yeah, in her head. She's like, I get it. Yeah. You're lucky Crina's even checking her phone right now, okay?
Yeah, really.
Seriously.
Do I get a red message or nothing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
you'll
tell
get
if you
red.
keep
Okay.
checking it. Eventually, it's like, okay, it looks like she read.
Okay.
Great. Did anyone else need to do something before the end of the school day? I feel like yes,
Donovan massage.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. So Bex takes you to the pool.
On the way,
Yes.
Donovan would like glance over to them and say, "Do you actually want a massage?"
And Bex is like, fuck yeah.
Okay, fine. So Donovan wants to take them to somewhere more private where he knows he can lock the door.
Okay. The third floor?
Mm.
I just not sure. I don't know what I would suggest as Brian.
Some sort of closet or office that's not typically used or
Okay.
something.
So
Donovan would know.
there are definitely closets. We've established that, but generally that's not the best place to give a massage.
No.
Let's say an office.
Yeah, like a student office or something.
The student council office?
Maybe like the
Oh!
AD
Or the
room
teacher's
something.
lounge, and you just
Or the teacher's
everyone
lounge.
out of it.
Every
would-
single one of them.
That would be funny.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are the lockers next to the swim room in use right now? Like, if during class? Like,
I imagine that it's like shared lockers with the gym. That's in my head. You know?
Yeah.
Because school's gonna be
Private.
cheap.
I mean, if there's office rooms connected to the gym or something.
You know where
that
you
I
can
know-
go?
Coach's office.
I know where you can go. Oh, yeah. Okay, two choices now. There's the coach's office, right? Because the gym teacher always has like a weird, like separate room that gets used by the gym teacher and all the coaches. And that should have a locking door and like shades you can pull down. Or the other place that often has a locking door is the props room for the drama club. The props costume room.
Donovan probably knows the props room better.
That's a you call.
Sure.
Yeah, great. So, and like there's no good reason for people to be there generally in the middle of the day. So, you head over and
Yeah. Maybe Donovan knows that last year there was a bed in the scene or something, so he's like, "We'll use this."
great. Yeah, absolutely. So
They
it's
did once upon a mattress.
yeah. So they've got like a pile of mattresses still, and you know, you move enough stuff around that that it looks fine, and Bex will lie on the mattress face up.
Okay.
And be like, yeah, so like I hurt my leg, you know that, and actually Crina helped me out, but if you're really
That's good of her.
maybe you could like do the same thing. I really just want to be on the top of my game.
That's fine. You're made everything okay with Bridget, and Donovan would go over and start like feeling their leg and you know checking to see if there was any tender spots.
Great. And he seems like he feels good. He's definitely responding to your touch, like he's kind of paying attention to what you're doing. But not he, they. But Bex isn't reacting necessarily like in any big ways. Nothing seems like it hurts. And Bex will say, "Yeah, it was like super nice of her. You know, it's too bad that she decided to quit cheerleading because the swim team and the cheerleaders tend to hang out, and she just seems really sweet."
I think she got scared too with everyone getting hurt, and you know, it can be dangerous. Athletics, like you got hurt too.
Yeah, I mean, well, I got hurt because Corey is an asshole, but you could also get hurt swimming.
How?
So, you use like a ton of muscles when you're swimming. You know, it's like a whole body workout. And if you're not paying attention to your form, and you're just like in the moment, you jerk the wrong way, you can dislocate things, you can pull a muscle, and then your body kind of will like freeze up on you while you're in the water, which can cause other injuries.
Oh, wow. Like Donovan will like poke around the like upper thigh and like lower abdomen, like around here, and trying to purposely draw his finger in closer.
And Bex will like take his shirt off, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry, Bex." Will like point at like the upper thigh, and then like point at parts of the abdomen where they've been hurt before.
Oh, okay. And Donovan will like really try to like massage in and really try to like get in and close, teasingly close, but not
Great.
touch.
Are you not touch? Oh, not touch.
Not touch.
Do you want to roll hot?
I do.
I thought you might. Go for it.
Worried. I was right to be worried. 5 plus 1 is 6.
Congratulations, you get XP.
Yay.
I will trust you to mark that. And
yes, I have internet again.
Great. And Bex will moan a little bit. And you can sort of tell though that Bex is over exaggerating for you. Like you've done this enough that this isn't quite the right time for the
not
kind
good
of
at the
noises.
Crina method.
No.
It's not good for me.
No.
Ooh.
So what do you do as Bex plays it up?
Donovan will then just move and try to like check out their legs and make sure they're okay and say, I don't really know if you should be Wolfe. If Bridget says that's okay, I just hopefully then everything can be fine and fair. You seem like a good kid. Donovan will like smile at Bex.
Yeah.
Bex like, okay, maybe this is just gonna be friendly, and just kind of go along with it. Like, all right, maybe I was a little worried Bex was trying something.
And Bex will flip around, so he's on his stomach. They're on their stomach, and they actually sort of like arch their back up to display their posterior, but plays it off like they're stretching, and will say, "No, once I beat Wolfe, I will be Bridget's queen proper." and Wolfe will just be another night.
Oh, is that what Bridget said?
That's what she said. And
Well, I guess it's whoever proves themselves best then. And Donovan will like slightly rub at like their hamstrings and T-bands, and then just kind of nod and say, "Yep, you seem like you're ready. Great shape. Seem all loosened up."
And Bex will go, there's, of course, more that we could do. Maybe to get my heart going a bit more before practice. After all, queens are allowed to keep a consort, and that comes with a lot of privileges.
Donovan will come over, and since Bex had laid down and they're on their stomach, Donovan will come over and like lean down and kind of like slowly move forward so his the waist of his pants are right there near Bex's face. And then Donovan will like lean down like he's gonna kiss Bex and like cup his head, or their head, excuse me, and look into their eyes and say, "Stop trying to have sex with me," with hypnotize.
Great. Please roll.
5 and 4 is 9, plus 1 is 10.
Great. And Bex will...
Which is just normal.
Yeah, which is perfect. And Bex... yeah, go ahead.
And Donovan would just say, "I am so sick of this. Stop! I thought this was... Good luck!" And Donovan will leave.
Great. So you leave. You exit the prop room. And as you do, you see Mrs. Javert. Mrs. Javert is walking down the hallway with a woman. She seems young, like she like in her mid-20s. She definitely has a bit of an athletic build, and she's wearing like nice jeans, a white collared shirt, and black boots. And Mrs. Javert seems to be like showing her around. And as you come out, she looks at you and she goes, "Donovan, what are you doing?"
"I've been thinking about taking theater."
"And so you were hanging out in the props room when you should be in a class?"
"I was considering some of the theater arts."
"Go to your class."
"Of course." Donovan will head off.
Great.
Did I deny Bex?
Yeah, I
for my
think
sex
you
move?
absolutely denied Bex.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
What? Yeah. Let me. Where's my book? Where's
when
my?
you deny someone sexually, gain a string on them.
Yay! You gained a string on Bex. Yay!
I actually didn't have any.
Yeah. Now everyone has a string on Bex. Yay!
Yep. I didn't kill them.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I got kind of angry.
I don't know if I have a back string.
I
You
don't
know
have
what?
an extra.
I didn't actually. I wasn't being like. All right. I was just saying Bex is popular. That's all
Luckily,
I meant.
I ate earlier, so I'm not hungry. Because I would have been dead.
Clearly, I should just seduce Bex. Okay, I get the message.
So.
Anyway, yeah, Donovan heads hurriedly off to class.
Hooray! And then we'll.
You get a text, Donovan.
Oh yeah. Do you want to
Oh.
respond to the text before we wrap up the session, so we can make it nice and clean?
Donovan would open it up, kind of like just stare, and Donovan would say, "Can't, bad friend," and then continue off to class.
Nice. So next time we will do swim tryouts because there's like nothing else to do. Isn't that
Can't
fantastic?
possibly not get to them.
We
this
can't.
time.
We gotta pretty much start with them.
We're starting with them.
Yeah, we're starting with them. And we'll also figure out how people are getting to places when Donovan refuses to give anyone a ride. So
The most exciting drama.
that'll be fun.
I have a question.
Donovan has
Yeah.
intention to go to tryouts after all.
Oh, fun.
Ooh.
That'll be fun. Question, yes.
So, during lunch today, sorry, this was
Mhm.
something that I thought of after the fact. So
No
during
worries.
lunch today, Bridget was very mean to
Yeah,
Wolf. Very
yeah.
snappy, rather.
Yeah,
And then later, he forgave her.
yeah.
Do
So
I get a string
you
for
do.
that?
You get a string.
Okay, sweet.
You got it. And that reminds me of something I wanted to do and forgot. I wanted to let Corey clear conflicted if Corey wants for their time with Dixie. I thought about saying you could clear either, but you did pay Dixie to spend time with you, so I'm going to say you're still dealing with that second one. But would you like to clear conflicted?
Yeah, let's clear conflicted. I think
Okay.
he's starting to get a viewpoint of what he needs to start doing.
Yeah, you're coming up with some new plans. Love it. All right. So then I think that means we're done. What a great session!
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks
Sorry,
for
my internet
coming.
was so bad, but I'm glad it's stuck
Hey, it
around
worked
for the
out
end.
in the end.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
think
no,
it was.
it
We're
worked out.
good. We're fine. Those things happen, and we just adjust and we move forward. It wouldn't be live if there wasn't problems.
We ghoul an internet technician.
I mean, Rob, you're the vampire.
That one's
Ghoul
on
is a
you.
technician. Yeah, Ghoul is a technician.
Yep. Oh, should we do? Let's do
Contact
a.
your friend in New Haven.
Let's do a cool. We'll do a cool send off. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll do a nice cool thing. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna say your character name, and you're gonna look at the camera, and you're just gonna leave the audience with one word from your character to end on. Okay? It's like a theater game. It'll be great. Okay?
Like from their point of view, or
Yeah,
how-
it's
Yeah, like how they're feeling?
It's like imagine for a second that if this is like The Office or Parks and Rec instead, and
I've seen
you
neither of
Okay.
those shows.
yes,
Okay.
it's what
I see.
the Muppet Show that only lasted one season, where there's sometimes you get to turn to the camera.
Never
and-
seen that one either.
Oh my gosh, it's
I've
It's
never
just a
seen
turn
any
to
of
the
those.
camera.
it's a turn to the camera.
moment.
So it's like in any reality TV show when they go into the confession room. Does that work? It's you're
Yes.
talking to the audience. It's a Shakespeare moment. It's the Shakespeare moment where the character is all alone on stage and they go and they actually get to like have a little fun with the audience, okay? But you
It's just one word.
You just get one word, okay? Bridget, you're smiling at me. You're first.
Mommy.
I hate it. I hate it.
Crina,
Disappointed.
Donovan,
Lonely.
Corey,
Queen.
Wolfe,
Help.
good night.
Night.